Hey, welcome everybody. Hello and welcome to episode 86 of the Megavision Show, the companion podcast to Megavision's magazine. Today is June the 27th, 2021. I'm your host, Graham Cookson, and joining me this week, we have Scotty and Marcin. Yay!
Hey, everybody.
Woohoo!
What up?
Yo, yep, we are back live again, once on Twitch. So keep us company and fire up any questions you have in the chat, and we'll get to them as we go through the show. And we have a very special show today because we are celebrating Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th birthday. Woohoo! I should have had a party popper, and now I'm just one idiot. Oh well, I could have been more prepared. So yes, expect lots of Sonic the Hedgehog chat, some Sonic trivia, and even the chance to win some Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary goodies. Ooh.
Ooh.
So stay tuned into the show and you can be in with a chance to win. And this competition is for live listeners and it's also going to be open to our podcast listeners. So if you're listening after the fact, don't worry, you can still get in and win it, basically. So yes, let's strap in for the ride that is this week's Megavision's show. Aha! Yes, and as always, we will start with how we've been doing and what we've been up to. So I'll start with Marcin, because you're first on my list. Marcin, what have you been up to? What's going on, buddy?
Well, I had a mini vacation this week. I visited Chris, who's our managing editor, for those of you that don't know.
Very nice.
I visited him with my partner. We went Wednesday, and we came back yesterday. So we just had, some time to chillax, talk magazine stuff. We went whale watching, but we didn't see any whales.
Whale watching?
Jersey
Where do
Shore.
you do that in Jersey? Yeah.
Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean. I don't know if that's part of the Jersey Shore. Geography is not my New Jersey geography is not my forte. But we did see dolphins, so we saw quite a bit of dolphins moving in schools, and they were actually approaching the boat. So that was really cool. And I've never been on an ocean before, so that was the first time I was actually on a boat on the ocean.
Were you born and raised in Chicago?
Yeah, but it's a lake. It's different.
That's true. So, we're just learning how much none of us know geography today.
Yeah, so Lake Michigan, in the waves in the Atlantic Ocean are much bigger and stronger, so going up is much higher and going down is much lower than if you're on Lake Michigan on a boat. Mm-hmm. So, I was worried about having seasickness, but I was surprisingly okay.
Nice.
But we were on it for like 4 hours, so by hour 4, I was feeling it. And they were these 3 burly dudes that were at the bottom of the staircase, and they were just kind of hunched over. I guess it's like the throw up area in case you wanted to vomit. It's in the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you have to hold on for dear life, or else you'll get vaulted off if you're going down or up the stairs. So they were down there. Yeah.
Was the boat in constant movement, or did it sort of anchor for a bit and wait?
No, I guess we kind of hovered around in some areas, but we were basically on the move constantly.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. In my experience, being in really, really big boats, like ferries and stuff, are generally okay, but smaller boats, if they sort of anchor for a bit and sort of stay in an area and the waves are pretty choppy, that's when you start to really feel whoa. But if it's moving, it's kind of okay.
Yeah. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. And I had a glass of wine at 11 a.m.
Yeah, you did.
Oof. I don't know if I would do that on a boat.
In case you had seasickness, that probably doesn't help. But yeah, it was good.
Or you could be I didn't get seasick. Yeah, no, it's all the alcohol.
I didn't get seasick. It was all the wine.
Yeah,
that's how you blame it. So we did that. And then we just did some restaurants. We were planning on going to New York City on Friday, but there was just some scheduling issues, with seeing who looks after Odin, their kid. And so we just ended up going to Princeton, New Jersey, which is the like the university town area, super fancy. Albert Einstein taught there and died there.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was very nice.
No, I don't know.
Factoid. Nice.
Yeah, that was super fun. And then we just kind of chilled and hung out. It was also first time we were looking for like movie ideas, and I was like, oh, let's watch Midsummer because I've never seen it. And that was an interesting movie.
Have you seen, before you get too far into it, have you seen Hereditary?
Yes. I saw that first, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed Hereditary more than I enjoyed Midsummer.
Most have.
I felt like, I don't know, like, I felt like, I guess it's kind of a horror movie, but it felt like it was just filled with horror movie tropes, and it wasn't necessarily scary. It was like trying to play this dance between being super artistic and then just straight up in your face gruesome. Maybe that was the point, where they're trying to do like the dichotomy of look how pretty it is, and then here's a hammer to the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't really necessarily enjoy it. I mean, I kind of got what they were trying to do, but I just didn't like the ending. I mean, I knew like they do those kinds of things in like pagan rituals and thousands of years ago, but I guess it's weird when you actually recreate it on the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I gotta say, for anyone that's never seen that director's stuff, look up trigger warnings for Hereditary, because Rachel and I regret watching that movie.
Okay.
Did you not like it?
It messed with us big time. Yeah, due to personal backgrounds and stuff, it messed with us big time. So I definitely recommend looking up trigger warnings for that movie, because we did not enjoy it, despite both of us being like spooky horror and monster movie fans. Everybody's like, you gotta watch it, and we watch it and we're like, we wish we had not seen this. So I'm not even going to bother with Midsummer, because I'm not saying they're bad movies, but the director has his vision and does not stop.
I think his taste is also for like those paganish, cultish, kind of like very niche kind of topics, like those kinds of specific rituals and things. Because I felt like Hereditary, they had like the pagan god or whatever, and I won't go too much into it, but it was, Midsummer is based in Sweden, and it's apparently this Nordic ritual thing for fertility, and so.
And I guess also the director, like because I had to look, as much as it fucked with us, I had to look whenever something hits me that hard, I research it, and I did that for Hereditary, and the director was even saying like he found these certain things interesting, but people were like, but why did this happen? This didn't make sense for those rituals. And he's like, I don't know. I just, so it's not like 1,000% factually based on certain rituals. It's just wanting to do his own thing and stuff.
Okay. You actually cut out just as you said the thing that he said, if that makes sense.
You said, I just blank.
Yeah. The director just said basically like, I find these things interesting and I did this thing as well. Don't take it as 100% factual. I just thought it would be neat if that also happened.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he's trying to be artsy, but then he also, like I said, stuck to those horror tropes where like they got rid of the minorities, like they were the first ones to go. Spoilers.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay. I guess he could have done it a little differently. It's not Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I thought it was okay. We ended up we watched half of it, and then they went to bed, and then I fell asleep, and then we came back after we flew back in. I was like, I don't want to pick up the cat because my parents are looking after him. I told them we're gonna pick him up on Monday. They said they were cool with that, and so we finished it last night.
Cool.
And it wasn't that good. And then the other thing I'll mention is I was playing Legend of Mana, and I actually reviewed it on the site for anyone who's curious. And I am really enjoying the HD version and the rearranged, or I have enjoyed the rearranged soundtrack. And for those of you who don't know, Yoko Shimomura is the composer for the soundtrack for Legend of Mana, and she's done, I believe she did Kingdom Hearts, and I think there were some Final Fantasy songs, but this was like her first kind of magnum opus, so to speak, and she felt like it was like the most creative she felt when she wrote that soundtrack for Legend of Mana. So if you're a fan of game soundtracks and you liked, you know, her Kingdom Hearts stuff and all that, and if you never played Legend of Mana, I would at least urge you to listen to the soundtrack.
Cool.
Which you can also find online. But I would also urge you to try to play the game for sure, because I enjoyed it as a kid when I first played in like 2000 on the PS1, and I'm enjoying it again in HD. And they did a wonderful job redrawing the backgrounds, and I still think it's one of the prettiest 2D games that I've played.
Okay.
With the boss fights and the levels and all that. It's just super. It's just fun to explore and walk around in. It's really nice.
Very quickly, for anyone who's not really aware of the Legend of Mana series,
Yes.
Because I personally know it's an RPG, but I don't know what type of RPG is. Is it live action, like a full action one, or is it like a turn-based one, or what can you?
Well, it's interesting because like Secret of Mana initially was Secret of Mana was you're like in an overworld and you're kind of moving and slashing as you go. Mm-hmm. In Legend of Mana, you're moving in an overworld, but once you approach enemies, you're put into a scene with the enemies, and you move. Basically, you're like on a 2D plane. You're going left and right, and you're just hacking and slashing at them. It isn't like, okay, I attack, then you attack. It's still free form, you know, attacking and slashing. And then you have magic you can use. It's the mana spirits you call upon, and you can use different mana spirits, and you have allies that help out as well. So it's like a weird combination. But I guess it leans more towards like Kingdom Hearts, because I don't know if you can run away from... No, yeah, you can run away from enemies in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
But like in this one, like you have to beat them before you go forward.
Right.
In this new version, though, they have the ability to... You have the ability to turn off enemies. So if you want to just explore that specific world... you can do that.
Cool. Wow.
So it's kind of like split into like pieces. So essentially the world is like put into these artifacts. You start off with one artifact, and then character gives you an artifact and opens up a new world. And it's like a self-contained story. And a lot of people didn't like the game because there wasn't a cohesive storyline. It felt like self-contained, like Monsters of the Week, or like episodic, an anime episode that is just a self-contained story and doesn't necessarily revert back to an overarching plot. But that's the first game I ever played, but I also still like love that idea, and like it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it works really well for me.
Okay, so from the gameplay side, it reminds me very much of Axe Battler on the Game Gear and Master System, which was you're running around the top-down overworld, but when you come into a fight, it's like a left to right battle, and then the dungeons are actually like platform levels, where you're hacking and slashing across the platform level. That's in Axe Battler though.
This is a platform where you're just kind of like running around. Okay. There's not really much jumping and maneuvering. It's more of a
that's
run
cool.
Around, explore.
I may look at that because I enjoy Axe Battler and that sort of game, so I'm interested.
Yeah, look into it.
Excellent, cool. Is there anything else you've done, Marcin? Or
that's it.
That's it. So let's move on to Scotty, buddy.
It's been pretty eventful for me since I've missed a couple episodes, and then we did the E3 recovery episode. In that time, I did finish Resident Evil 8 Village. I very much enjoyed the ending and the last boss, because the last boss is a Resident Evil type boss. That's all I'll say for that. It's still a relatively new game, so I won't give away anything. But other than Ethan Winters is definitely the worst protagonist a Resident Evil game has ever had, because he's the dumbest, most not unbelievable, but like not. He's very much like, man, how did this happen? And the other one, it's like, I thought my wife was dead, but maybe she's a ghost, and my daughter's fun some sort of weird special Gohan type thing. I don't know, but that guy's got wings and he's coming at me. How's that happen? And it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense back and forth, like how he's amazed by stuff continually getting more batshit insane when he's seen crazier stuff already.
Right. Okay.
It's everyone's been shitting on him, but everyone at the same time is like dad of the year. And I'm like, I guess he is. I don't know.
Can I ask a question without you giving it away? Because you just said
I think I still want to play it too. I will play that game. I just haven't gotten around to it, but yeah, you can ask your question.
Okay. So Scotty, you told me off camera once you had a theory about the game or about Ethan himself. Did that come true?
I don't even remember what that theory was.
Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it offline then, because I thought it was a good theory, and I was interested to know the outcome.
I will say not to give anything away, but there is a twist that is like definitely predictable if you've played enough of these games, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
But the end also doesn't make sense. And just if you want to be spoiler free, be careful of looking up anything for Resident Evil, because I've seen like fan art of stuff that happens at the end. Like Rachel saw fan art on Twitter for something, and she's like, "So I saw this of this, and does that happen?" I'm like, "It does, but it's a good thing I already knew that, since it's a spoiler essentially." So,
God.
but
okay.
my like one solid complaint, and maybe it's just an observation, but like it's very. First of all, the village itself, like where you're walking around in, just straight up sucks, and is like the least creatively designed part of the game, because the map is great, and it shows you, if you guys played 7, it has like when you have you've gotten all the items in one blue. If there's still something you need to get there, it's red on the map, which they do well. But the map in this thing, like you'll follow this path, and you'll be like, okay, I have this key that I have a lockpick that I can use in this house that I know I missed stuff in. But the map will show you like a path, and there's like a turned over wagon or a pickup truck in the way that just doesn't show any obstruction, like even an X on the map or something. And it was super annoying also because all the houses look the same and it's just covered in snow. So I was losing my bearings so often in the hub world of this game, to the point that it's like, I don't think I ever want an open world Resident Evil game if it's going to be like this. Like, I know they have to have a drab thing, but it's just like, I can't, there's no markers, there's no like visual aids because it's all torn down trees and gray cottages.
Right. Okay.
But was Resident Evil 4 linear? Wasn't it kind of similar to like you walk around, you can backtrack? 4 was
definitely linear, but you did have places you go through a second time, but not as like Metroidvania type as this.
Oh, okay.
Because there was like, because you do go in that main area a couple of times and just fight hordes a couple of times, but it doesn't really expand from that, where the village does, and you have to go to different areas. And it's literally like Capcom had 4 ideas for survival horror type games and didn't know how to put them out separately. So they used the Resident Evil name and put them into this game because none of them cohesively connect to one another.
Okay.
Because there is the castle where Lady D is, and you got the big vampire lady, you fight and kill her. And then you go to the part that everybody's raving about as being the scariest thing in Resident. It is the scariest, creepiest ambiance Resident Evil's ever had, but it's not the scariest video game in the world, like people are saying.
Okay.
And that gave me false hope, because I think Resident Evil is so mainstream that the people experiencing this and saying that have not played Soma, have not played Amnesia, played, those ones, because they're not as mainstream, even though they are sort of. But so there were good parts. The voice acting is amazing. Like, I could have just watched the cutscenes from this game and been okay with like the different I forget the guy's name who runs the big factory and stuff, but he's definitely the best character in the game. And what's really fun is when you beat it, you do unlock like behind the scenes mocap stuff.
Cool.
Which is it's just fun to watch that. And Rachel was watching it with me, and they just throw this in the game. I'm like, yeah, the games are movies. There's that's it. Like, but yeah, but I enjoyed it.
Together? Do you guys play together, or did she play her own?
I was playing it in the living room, and she was always reading or something, but she would kind of watch the cutscenes and everything. And I would sort of wait for her to show up if she wasn't home or something to go through what I thought was an important area. So she got the gist of the story as well.
That's cool.
But yeah, that was good. It was good. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the best Resident Evil, but it's a solid game. But I don't think it's the best Resident Evil, because it's clearly like these could have been 4 different games for each of these boss areas. but they had to put it into a Resident Evil game. Otherwise, no one would probably buy like the Dollhouse game or the he's making machines out of people game and stuff like that. I played it on casual though. Highly recommend that because some spots were just so fucking like
hard.
I died because this was a jump scare that killed me. Like this is bullshit, and I was just like, I just want to play this game. I just want to go through.
Okay. Yeah.
Like creatively speaking, though, like in terms of levels, do you think that Dollhouse is the most visually like appealing or scary? Like in terms of like it checks all the boxes for you. Was there a particular area you actually really enjoyed?
I thought they did it really well in that they took your weapons away, so you do feel helpless.
Oh, no.
And I don't want to say anything beyond that because it will give away things, but you feel helpless enough that it does feel more like a survival horror game. And I feel like it is, if you've not played PT or Phasmophobia, then this will be super scary to you.
Cool.
And it shows some of their some of the like Asian inspired stuff, because like Asian horror overall is so much more intense and messed up than American horror a lot. So it's I honestly didn't want to play part of it like midday, just the sun's out and everything. And then I waited till Rachel got home and I was showing her this part. She's like, this is hilarious. This is a joke. Because she's seen more. She went to school for like practical effects and stuff. So she knows how things are made. So when she sees, like if she'll see tarantulas in a movie, she's telling me like, babe, those are made up. I'm like, spiders, they still look like spiders. I'm scared of them. But she's just like admiring the craftsmanship and stuff, so different dichotomies there. But
yeah, I guess once you have like a peek behind the curtain, you can't really like look at it the same way.
Yeah. It's a solid game overall. Not the best Resident Evil at the beginning, but it's a good game. Some people are saying it's a good starting point for the series, maybe because it does hold your hand on a lot of things. But if you want like the old school broken ass tank controls and stuff, you got to go back to PS1 days and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
But other than that, big deal for me. I finally fucking finished Last of Us Part 2. It took me 6 months to play this game. And I thought about not even mentioning it on the podcast because I've got some notes here. I could honestly do a whole podcast about it, but I've mentioned it for the past 6 months throughout our recordings and like on streams and everything, just because I've been so fed up with it. And I want to talk about it a little bit here. So please be patient with me. I'll try not to ramble. But the reason I want to talk about it a tiny bit is because the first game has legitimately one of my favorite video game endings of all time. And just good gameplay, good pacing. Did either of you guys play the first one, the first Last of Us at all?
Nope.
I did, and I loved it. And I agree with you on that sentiment, but I've never played the second one.
Okay. Graham, it doesn't surprise me that you haven't played it because I think you got a PS3 pretty late, and it is on PS4, but I still recommend it because it is just a strong cinematic experience.
Yeah.
The first game has such a relatable ending, and it's not a happy ending, but it's relatable, and I really liked it. And it had one of those endings that like this was when I was still working in retail, so I could kind of started a work shift like 2 p.m. the next day or something. But I still remember sitting in my room playing this game and like knowing I was on the chapter, but it's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta finish this. And I finished the game and the credits are. I need to like have a conversation about this ending with someone, like with another human.
Yeah.
And this was like before Discord and stuff. So so that in mind, I did not think it needed a sequel, but anyone with common sense knows how well this game did. Naughty Dog does good stuff. There's going to be a sequel. When it was announced, I was like, I don't need this game, but I'm going to get it. And I
didn't know how they were going to do it, to be honest with you. Like, I wasn't sure how I felt like at that point you were just milking it, but
yeah, it didn't make sense because I feel like as open-ended, quote unquote, as it could be, it still felt like it was a firm, this is the end. Like it almost felt like making a sequel to the movie Inception or something.
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
it was so powerful of an ending that it didn't need it. So Last of Us 2, you play as Ellie mainly, and then you switch and play as another character. This game has the worst pacing I have ever experienced in a video game, because I ended Last of Us 1 with just over 20 hours. This game took me
Whoa,
so it's not an RPG.
You cut
Your
out
number,
just as
your
you said
number
the
cut
number.
out.
This game took
The
you...
first game took me about 20 hours, just over 20 hours. The second game took me over 40 hours, like around 1 hour altogether. And it is not an RPG, so it shouldn't. And it's I won't do spoilers. I won't do heavy spoilers, but the characters switch up. The stories are the fucking same story, just told twice. And I don't care about any of the extra characters. I don't care about the character you play as throughout the second half of the game. And I know they want to show you their point of view because the stories are so similar. It's a super depressing game, and that's why it wasn't on a lot of people's top 10s for 2020. It is they came out in an incredibly depressing year, but they couldn't delay it anymore because Naughty Dog was getting shit for it already.
Right.
But it's just like, oh boy, I'm trying to look at my notes to not spoil stuff and also stay around what impacted me the most with the game. It's just like near the end of the game, they tried to enter, like in the first Firefly, there's Joel and Ellie. In the next game, there's the wolves, there's the scars, and there's this whole like idolized person that they barely touch. There's so many things they don't go into. Straight up, I'll let everybody know this because it kept like affecting the game was going to be. There was a goddamn red herring in the trailers for this game because one of the main exposed as being a part of a group that you're fighting against never happens in this game.
Whoa.
Never happens. And I was so confused because I was like waiting, like, she's disappeared for a while. We're going to see her show up at the bad people's camp. Never happened. So I was like,
oh, God.
Is that going to be DLC somewhere? Does that like not like, wow. It does, if it went like, Ellie, you play as Abby. There's no dancing around that because she was also like nominated as the best voice actor for the Game Awards, whatever. You play as Ellie for 20 hours. You play as Abby for 20 hours. Then you switch back to Ellie, and then it goes back to Abby. If it did that, if it was like Abby, Ellie, Abby, Ellie, that might have been okay. But it was like 20 hours. This is a climatic event for Ellie. Boy, that's crazy, huh? Guess what? You're starting a new campaign now, and you're not going to 15 hours. Like, oh my God, I don't care about this character.
Oh God.
So
okay.
Wouldn't you say that dynamic is similar to Resident Evil 2, though, where you play as Claire and Leon and basically run through the same thing with slightly different endings?
It's about 1/19 the length. And you also interact with that character enough through cutscenes and things and like see things affected by them that it breaks it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This barely happens. Like, I will say after playing this game, I don't want to go to an aquarium anytime soon. You like lead this character to the aquarium, or you go to the aquarium as Ellie and then come back. And then as Abby, it's like, I got to go to the aquarium. And then you leave because someone left the aquarium. Then it's like, we got to head back to the aquarium. I'm just like, God fucking damn it. I'm never going in an aquarium again. Free Shamu, free them all. They don't need to be there anymore.
I like aquariums, though. Is their design of the aquarium at least pretty to look at, or is it just kind of...
It's cool. There's a lot of scenic stuff. There's very neat to... This is very much a game that even on the PS4 looks great. And you will catch yourself just like rotating a field of grass or something, because it does look amazing. And it's just so poorly paced, and I played it through on casual because there were parts that were taking me like 20 minutes that I would fuck up and be so mad that it's just not worth the anger. So it was a very casual run through, but it did take me 6 months, almost to the day. And the final confrontation is not impactful. It's just like, it's almost as if the game is exhausted with itself by the time you get there. And the way that it ends, it lets you interpret things your own way, which I do appreciate, but it just does not feel fulfilling like the first game did. It does. Like, I'm glad I played this, but I wish it took like a third of the time, and it was just like Ellie. You saw people getting Ellie's tattoo before the game was even released, just because that game meant this much to them. It's not even out, and people still want like the stuff. And by the time it was over, by the time the first game was over, I was like, I think I want a Fireflies tattoo. You know, like my buddy AJ saw the keychain that I had at a gig I had once, and he's like, "Oh, you played Last of Us," which he's like diehard Halo not Microsoft guy, but Halo guy. So I was like, "Oh, you played it too?" He's like, "Yeah," and we just clicked and started talking about it. And like, I kind of want a Firefly tattoo. At the end of this game, I don't want Ellie's tattoo. I don't feel like I need anything to remember this game by. Like, I almost feel like, let's pretend this didn't happen. It didn't need, and somehow they're making a TV series. Why are they making a TV series? That's like, there's going to be an Uncharted movie. That makes as much sense as like, there's Indiana Jones, and then there's the Tomb Raider games, and then there's the Uncharted games, and then there's the Tomb Raider movies, and then there's more Uncharted games, and now there's an Uncharted movie.
Right. What you've said is mostly what I've heard about Last of Us 2, though. Most people I know think Last of Us, the first one, is like one of the best games ever made, a masterpiece. I've never played it, so I don't know. But yeah, they all basically said amazing. Then the second one, they've all gone, just did not enjoy it at all. I think they enjoyed
my perceptions of the reviews for this one specifically, I got like, it felt like initially, like for the fans who actually were talking about it, and I saw like a big chunk was like they didn't like it for they thought there were like political ideologies shoved down your throat and like too much LGBT stuff. And I thought that seemed like an unfair critique, and maybe the actual gameplay and all that kind of stuff is good. But what you're saying is the pacing and the actual gameplay isn't necessarily that great.
Yeah, no, it's bad because they just make you repeat scenery so much, and they want to. Hey, what's up, Dr. Scottnick? I was hoping that someone would jump in the chat, because he's been on stream so much when I've been playing through, and he's like, I'm so sad you've dropped this game because I've loved it so much. And he played it like not in one sitting, like quick sittings. Yeah, but it's just like the storytelling is okay, but they really make you go through these areas that you've already been through, and it's not as much interactive as Resident Evil 2 is, where you see like, oh, Claire left this gun for Leon or something. It's more like, this is still a desolate area. Yeah, I'm going to kill these people that mean a lot on somebody else's side of the world, but it's, oh man,
there is like a political thing. Yeah, I guess you're about to answer
there
that.
certainly is. There certainly is. There's a lot of stuff going on with that, but they don't follow through with a decent amount of it either. And it's interesting how far gone the fact that Ellie is immune plays a role in this game. Like, there's literally one or two, but that doesn't even matter at this point. But I kind of give it to their credit. Like, even if there was a cure, would that even help civilization with how far that it's gone and how like far broken it is that they have their own? There's basically new racism in this broken world, you know. Just against, yeah. But like the LGBTQ plus stuff, it's. Maybe if you only watch the cutscenes, it would feel shoved down your throat. But I think there's a lot of like purposeful awkwardness and things in there that there's also conversations that you have to essentially initiate by clicking a button, or you could just completely miss those. Some stuff like that. If you miss some of those, then there is some stuff in there that's not as heavy-handed. But there's not like, oh no, now I do know what they're talking about. It does, some stuff definitely feels out of place, and it's trailers that happened before the game came out where there's a dance and everything, and, girls kiss and one dude breaks it up and it's really bad. So that is kind of poorly handled, because it is literally, quite frankly, I hate the gays, it's not right, don't do that. Like, there's literally a character like that. So that's pretty bad. In terms of like, all right, you got him in there, good job. There wasn't a more polite way to handle this. I don't even know what the word would be or what, but like, because Graham and I talked about Schitt's Creek, and I applauded it for not having a character like that, because you could have very easily in a small town had some anti-gay idiot running around like that, but they just didn't, and they handled it well. Last of Us 2 did have that idiot in it, so unfortunately that was in there. But man, I'm sure it was on a different level for me going into it, but at the same time, the story that was told in the first one, I felt just a stronger game overall, but instead it was just longer. So, oh boy.
Something that someone told me was that the beginning or something to do with, oh God, what's it like? Joel? Is it Joel, the main guy in the first one?
Guy.
Like somebody told me there's something to do with his storyline or something that kicks off in the first part of Last of Us 2, but they've ruined it basically from what it was in the first game, if that makes sense. They like transfer over part of his story and then they just ruin something about it. Something to do with him and Ellie, but I don't know if you can, don't know if that rings true or not. That's what someone told me. I can't really remember exactly what it was now.
I think I know what they're talking about, because it's not really spoilers because it happens early in the game, but Ellie learns that Joel did not sacrifice her for his own selfishness, and she's mad about that. But it is kind of weird, and it just could have been done better. I don't know. It's just like they set such a high bar with the storytelling in the first one that this one really feels like they didn't have enough time to do some cutscenes, so they just fucking forced writing into it and kind of moved along with the gameplay that's super fucking slow anyway. And I realize now, I watched Giant Bomb's Last of Us spoiler cast, and to quote Vinny Caravella from it, the best thing that I heard to quote around this game, he said it wasn't challenging narratively. Us one was
right.
So
fair enough. Yeah,
that's the strongest thing. Yeah, it's not a bad game, but it just could have been made better, and it just does not respect the player's time. Like, I'm an adult with responsibilities. I can't put 40 hours into a game and like enjoy it the way you want me to, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair enough, man.
But I bought some stuff.
Yes, let's look at that.
I'll mention these real quick. Ow, just smashed my knuckle off my keyboard tray. I went to a store that's probably going to be our stop pre-marathon this coming year, if people show up and stuff. Because this guy is definitely a fan of Sega, but I bought Twister on Blu-ray, and I got Shadow Squadron on 32X.
Oh my god! Yes, duh! I love that game so much.
Have you played this one, Graham?
Have I?
Oh, really?
Okay. Truth be told, I've only played it on an emulator because I can't really seem to find it over. It's called something different in the UK. It's really hard to get hold of. But like everyone talks about Star Wars Arcade on the 32X. That game is way better than Star Wars Arcade. It's you've got more freedom to fly around and stuff. I just love it. I think it's such good. It's in books as well. Look at this. Yes.
Yeah, it actually has the instruction manual as well. So otherwise I probably would not have, but I do want to mention something with the instruction manual. It's immediately sideways.
Oh, what?
Like you use it like this. It's very crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But
what was the creative decision for that?
I really don't know. I honestly don't know.
So for any audio listeners, rather than the manual that you open up left to right and the text goes vertically, you have to rotate it the other way, even though the front cover is the normal way round, which is interesting.
Right.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
But I will give shout outs to Sketchcraft, who he said that game is the last Starfighter the game. If you just blast the soundtrack and play it, you'll feel like you're in that movie, and is 100% accurate because of like the blocky, like polygonal, whatever. Like the first Star Fox, it looks like those kind of 3D graphics and stuff. But there's also a 2-player mode where one person is.
Oh, you've cut out.
There's a 2-player. The 2-player mode, one person pilots the ship, so that's literally Last Starfighter, the movie that nobody knows about. But But it's good stuff. Yeah, Dr. Skodnick says a good box or box with that in good conditions, 100 plus in Australia. I believe it. The guy basically like this trip there. My buddy Lee recommended it to me, and I walked in, and it had place had to have been a supermarket or something because it's huge. And I put some posters. I put some pictures on Twitter of like giant posters they had. There's a bunch of 32X games, and this should have been like upwards of 50 or 60 bucks, but I got it for about 40 after the guy noticed my Sonic tattoo. And I was asking about something else, and he was like, I can tell you're a man of good taste, something like that. And he does like only cash and whatever. And I was like, okay, well, with this and some other stuff by the ATM, he's like, okay, yeah, it's right. And I told him, I was like, well, what's up?
You cut out again. You keep cutting out.
I'm afraid to turn off the RTX, but I have a feeling that might have something with it. So let me turn. Okay, RTX is now off. You can probably hear the AC unit behind me, though.
No.
I don't hear the AC unit, but so far you are not cutting in and out.
So
okay, well,
let's try this.
We'll try this for a little bit and see how it goes for the rest of the show. I apologize, people. So I like had to walk. He's like, "Oh, you got to use the ATM. It's a couple blocks down." I'm like, "Whatever." So I go to the ATM and it doesn't allow withdrawals anymore. So I had to walk across the street to another ATM, pay a fee. Didn't really care because I was getting some. Because also I'm casually trying to get the full 32X collection. So just the fact that I could find these stupid cardboard boxes like complete. I didn't care if I had to walk 2 blocks more to get this game. So I go back. And I was telling him this more so he could tell his customers, but I was like, yeah, the PNC, it only allows deposits, not withdrawals anymore. So I had to go to West Banco. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And it's pretty hot out there, so I feel bad I made you walk. So if you want, see the fridge down there? Just grab any soda out of there you want. I'm like, okay. And he's like, this is my store. If you saw, I got some Sega CD stuff back here. If you want to look behind there, I don't allow everybody behind the counter, but if you want to look, that like everything that's over $20 is back here. And I'm like, oh, I'm just kind of doing 32X. I don't need Sega CD and blah blah blah. And so he's ringing me out, and he's like, oh, it's all good. Yada yada. I won't charge anything for the Blu-ray. You just owe this much for the game, and I got some other stuff. And then when I left, I was like, was he hitting on me? What's going on? Like with all these discounts.
Is he being too nice to you?
Yeah, like, and he was because my buddy Lee, he told me that he's like, I actually ran into him as he was leaving the store. He's like, so pros and cons. The guy likes to talk, but if it's your first time in there, he'll give you a 10%. I told him, tell him I was coming to socially awkward already. I'm an introvert. I don't want to these people. And sure, he was like just so talkative and happy. He was very happy to trash GameStop all that he could. So yeah, but it was a pleasant visit, and definitely will be going back there. But when I walked out of there at the end, I felt like we were like one step from him asking for my phone number or something. But it was
do
still
it for the discounts.
Yeah, right. It was still a super positive experience. My only gripe about the store is there's no price tags on anything on the floor, so you do have to ask him about the prices. But so it was good overall. Unfortunately, he's a smoker, so stuff smelled bad when I got home. But pro tip: I threw these in a bag with a dryer sheet and left it there for a couple of days, and the smoke smell is gone.
Oh.
It just kind of smells mountain fresh, or something.
The games even lingered
Wow.
of tobacco.
Oh,
yeah. So
I've still got a copy of Tomb Raider on the Saturn, and the manual smells like smoke because the original owner used to be a smoker, but it still smells like it.
Right.
It's really weird. Every time you open the box, like, ooh.
Never goes away.
Yeah, I would honestly just like put a dryer sheet. Do you use dryer sheets in the UK, Graham? I don't know if that's
I don't know what that is, to be honest. We might do, but we might put something else.
When you dry your clothes, you have this thing, this like cloth or whatever lint thing that you put in the dryer so it doesn't get all staticky when you're drying your clothes.
I'm holding one up.
What? No.
It's
you don't put anything in there when you dry it.
No, my clothes don't get staticky when I put it in the dryer.
Yeah, it's like it's a lint reducer, and it makes it smell good. Makes them smell good.
Okay. No.
So I don't know. Maybe import some dryer sheets and shove them in between the manuals pages.
Yeah.
Or we're being conned and it actually doesn't work.
I don't know.
It
works
worked
for
all right
me.
for these.
Maybe we do have
Like, I
them. I
noticed
just
it-
never use them. I don't know.
Maybe I used it also because Corey's been looking for Donkey Konga bongos for the GameCube that have shot up in price drastically. And this guy had them a little bit cheaper than they go for. So I bought both pairs that he had, and those things smelled. And like an accessory that smells like smoke, that's not going to go away. So those are still in individual grocery bags with a dryer sheet in there with them. So yeah,
Wow.
hadn't yellowed really. I didn't notice any yellowing of anything in the store, so that's a plus. Yeah, so it was cool. It was a nice place, and it's closer than other retro shops that I've been to more recently. So I will definitely be going back, and very excited to take you guys there as well.
Cool. Do you want to give out the
and
name
I
of the
just-
place? Or sorry, were you
yeah, I
about to
didn't even do that.
Oh.
I think it's Gamers Realm or
Games Realm.
Realm. Shit. Yeah, I can't remember it. I highly doubt he does shipping or anything like that. Let me see here if I can find the name from my buddy who told me about it real quick. Dude. Like, he even had a lot of import stuff, like imported manga, tons of strategy guides.
Ooh,
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, my buddy took pictures and stuff. Game Master's Realm. Yeah.
Game Master's Realm. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he also had a mask mandate through the end of this month, even though it's been lifted in PA. So I thought that was cool and respected that. So
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll mention real quick, Rachel and I went to Kennywood yesterday. They were doing like a wine and snacks and sips. What the fuck was it called? Pints and bites and pints. Snacks and sips. Disney does this thing where you like encounter different wines from different countries, foods and stuff. And this is a much lazier version. This ain't no Disney. We kept saying throughout the day, but it was fine, and we're exhausted from walking around. But one thing I want to mention is when we were sitting and eating at one point, you know how amusement parks have like roller coasters basically going over the dining areas and, just throughout the park. So you see and hear people screaming and stuff like that going on the rides. I wish that Rachel saw this, but as someone was going around one of these loops and down this big hill, someone's weave or someone's wig fell off their head and it fell down into the park. And it looked like a sad jellyfish just like kind of floating in the ocean. But it was one of the best things I have ever seen. It was so great. It was so good. Because
so
everyone
sad.
that was sitting and looking around like, yeah, it just like slowly fluttered off of this like 100-foot drop. It was great.
Oh, my
Yeah, amusement parks, am I right?
I'm visualizing it
and-
right now.
It was so good. I wish that I was like filming the whole day, or we were bloggers or something that we got that. And then forever ago, we started cleaning out my mom's garage, and we found some old stuff, some VHS tapes and whatever. I have stumbled across a box that is labeled Scott's Sonic Shelf.
Ooh.
So in
Got a dedicated
celebration
box for it.
of the 30th anniversary, I thought we could go through a couple of things. We don't
Okay.
have to explore this entire thing, but this was fun before when we went through old crap in my mom's house. And I sent you guys a picture like
Wow.
of what's in it. We got
So-
some dad hats, some Sonic and Knuckle dad hats.
That's cool.
Um,
I'm gonna make your
were
screen
you about to
bigger
say
on
something
mine.
there, Graham?
I just said that's cool. Awesome.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like describe the box or something.
I could do, but
It's cardboard.
I will go through a lot of things and maybe skip some stuff as well. Maybe I'll post pictures later. This is like those old bubblegum boxes. It looks like the Genesis
What?
Sonic and Knuckles box.
what?
I don't
I've
know
never
what's
seen those
in
before.
Here. Oh, I know what's in here. These are letters to my buddy who moved away, and we still kept in contact too. He basically introduced me to Sonic and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, so there was like bubblegum in here and stuff.
Yeah, so that bubblegum box looks a bit like a pack of playing cards to me, but like with the Sonic.
was it as
Yeah,
big as
it's
the bubblegum? The box?
There was literally a sheet of bubble. I do remember the grossest thing in the world. But it looks like it's about like a little, like a third bigger than a playing card box, probably, or something. So I didn't think about where to place all these as we go. The ball pit in McDonald's back in '93, they replaced the balls with Sonic balls. It's a yellow ball with him just running. So when I was being like, my brother and I were babysat for a while, younger, and by a friend of ours who also there was a kid who was 1 year younger than me. Him and I still talk and hang out. And then his little brother was the same age as my little brother. But she straight up like snagged 4 of these out of the playpen for all of us at one point. Understand that we take things. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, so there is a box. I don't know where the shoes are, but straight up Sonic and Knuckles shoes.
Oh, that's a cool box, actually.
This is we're gonna get into some stuff here, guys.
Yeah. So just for the audio listeners, the shoe box that Scotty is holding up is a black shoe box with bright Sega writing on the sides, and then the top of it though has the Sonic and Knuckles logo, but it's in black and white. It looks really cool.
I've never worn this tie before.
And he's holding up a Sonic and Tails tie. Wow. You will wear that to my wedding,
beautiful.
Sir. Graham, maybe put this on the dog or something if there's a dog.
No, you got to wear this like a wedding or something.
Yeah.
Or a funeral. I don't know. Oh, it's a clip-on?
Oh, it's a clip-on.
It's 100% a clip-on. Kids can't be bothered to fucking tie ties. Are you kidding me? There we go.
That's true.
Yeah, let's see what else is in here.
I would genuinely
Sonic
wear
wristband.
that to interviews and stuff.
It's so small. It doesn't even go down to my gut.
I used to think that was like the normal size. I was like, it only goes up to like your belly button or something.
Not even that. Like, not like sitting down, it's not even reaching my Sonic wristband. This is a more recent thing. If you pre-ordered the Sonic the Hedgehog on 360, you got a statue.
Yeah.
Well, recent. That's like 15 years ago.
Yeah. So wow, it's as old as it is new. That's there. Actually, we could probably. I don't know how much the shelf is in the back. It's not in the background, so we'll just set him right in. No, I'm afraid it'll.
It's a little bit in the background next to Knuckles on the shelf. You can pop in there.
All right, like next to Knuckles. Okay.
Yeah.
Throw him there. More bubblegum crap.
Oh wow!
There were definitely like trading cards in here at one point.
Ooh.
No, the gum's in there.
Oh,
what out?
Do you guys see that at all?
Was it chewed on?
So is that's meant to be like a Game Gear? By the looks of the box.
Yeah, it looks like a Game Gear. That's not coming out of there. Oh, it's in here too.
And this
you guys
one
can
looks
see that a little better. It's just literally planks of gum.
Oh wow!
It survived like 20 or 30 years.
Jesus, it's like a Twinkie.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, one of those for the audio listeners, one of those boxes is like a very turquoisey light blue Genesis controller, and the other one looks like a Game Gear, basically.
Yeah,
like black.
Pretty cool though.
Wow. Cool.
Pretty sure most of us had this. The one game on a wristwatch.
That's cool. We didn't have those in UK, I don't think. It's like a basic.
I would just have the Tiger games.
You would play it. I think there was just like left and right and jump, and you'd somehow play that and destroy your wrist in the process. I also have a Sonic and Knuckles watch. I don't really know where this came from, but I have it. This might have been out of a catalog that I got like those from as well.
Yeah.
Or something. Let's see. McDonald's toy. Little like TV that as it rolls, you see different characters on it, and it has a Genesis on the top, kind of. And it was something that would connect. It was like another McDonald's anniversary type toys where there was just a bunch of like each of their different types of toys, and it all formed a train together, you know? Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
good old RC car.
Yeah, I was about to say, ready to control a little Sonic car thing. Wow.
You just like stuck to the windshield as he's driving too.
Yeah.
It stretches all the way to the other side.
The weight, there's an engine looking thing on the back that's pop wheelies, I remember. But it always fell off, so that's why there's masking tape all over this bitch.
I wonder if it works.
And then we'll go through a couple of more. We got other Happy Meal toys. We've mentioned those before, like through streams and stuff. This, I remember, Sonic is on a motorcycle, and you rev him back, and then you fire him off.
Oh, God.
Choose
I'll
Doom.
find that later. These are fucking sweet, and I'm glad that I still have them. Did you guys have pocket arcades?
No.
Oh
What?
shit. How does this one open? Let me see here.
What year did
think-
that come out?
Oh, crap.
I mean, I
How
don't know
does
if
this
it's
open?
on the back.
I
of
don't
it,
even
but
recognize
I
those
don't
at
think
all.
I've had one.
94. It's basically
no.
a Tiger one game thing. Tiger Electronics, and I think this is broken. Oh wait, there it goes.
Oh, wow.
So that pops up like that.
It looks a bit
the
like one of
buttons
those
say
Star
sound
Trek
game.
sort of.
Oh, this
sort of
does.
thing.
Yeah, or I can't even like flip open. Like I was trying
Wow.
to do like a cool thing there.
It's like a clamshell phone.
Yeah, looks like
Yeah,
an old
let's
school
see.
clamshell phone. I missed those.
Something else with candy.
Some sort of Sonic.
Sonic
statue.
again.
I think we had those
You
in the UK. I remember
Is
having
there
that.
candy in it?
Oh no.
No, there's not. But you just
Spiders?
literally pull his quills off,
Yes.
and there's candy inside.
I definitely had
Rip
that.
his head
I
off,
think
give
I
him your
lost it or
candy,
broke it or
Hedgehog.
something. I think his arm fell
That's
off
disturbing.
and everything. Yeah.
All right, let's put those in this box and then set this box down behind me.
Is that like a branded, like a Nike shoe or something, or was it like a just a Sonic shoe?
It is by someone. Why doesn't it say the shoe company anywhere? I don't know who it is then.
Unless it is
I don't
Sega. Sega
Wait, is
shoe
that
company.
on the other side, the left side? Is that an Adidas logo, or am I hallucinating?
I sort of saw it as
on
well.
the other one, keep going. Oh no, that's just a shoe.
It's a picture of a shoe.
Just kidding. Yeah, it's just a shoe. I thought it was like an Adidas logo.
Oh,
And
I
you,
see.
you were a
Yeah.
size 6. I see.
Apparently.
Nice.
And then other,
Ooh,
magazines.
Game Pro
with
with
him on the
Sonic.
cover.
Oh
Nintendo
boy,
Power
Dog
with
Heaven.
Shadow.
I remember that one.
Oh, this is 06, the cover on here. So, okay, we're getting into some crazy stuff now. This is an envelope from Sega,
Ooh, wow. That's a big
but
envelope.
it doesn't have a letter in it anymore. It has like renewal crap for comic books. Sonic Rams Extra. Look at that cool 90s font.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I think what was in here was just like an order form for the poster I got forever ago. You guys remember these dumb things? It's an envelope that says "The Sweet Smell of Victory," Sega hard stuff, and you pull it out of the envelope and it's a dude's back sweat that you're scratching, sniffing.
Oh,
I've never
what?
seen that
I've
before.
never seen that before.
Sega's real fucking cool.
Is that
and it
also
was
from
just
like the
like-
mid '90s?
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah,
Saturn.
look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this dude, like bug
What
eyes.
is that?
Is that a
Weird
Sega
ass
Out of his
mascot?
mind.
So I don't even know what we're looking at. It looks like a weird kid. It looks like a Ren and
It's like
Stimpy style
it's like
kid.
a
He's like-
cartoonish tiny dude with like
Yeah,
a
he's like holding the remote, the controller
Genesis
back
controller
Yeah, it's like behind his head. That's crazy.
hanging around his neck.
here. Yeah,
Wow,
this is
what?
all.
Although I have played
Fucking
games like that
weird
in the
stuff.
past where I've just been chilling out, just doing that behind my head. It does work.
Yeah,
Like I
of
remember
course.
the day I was playing with like a blanket on my lap and my hands were cold. And I was like, I've got to play this game, but my hands are cold. And I sort of put my hands under the blanket. I was like, I can play games without the controller. Amazing. Anyway, sorry. So Scotty's now holding up one of those
Mega
cool
hits.
like poster type things that have just all the different games on there. Like you can also buy this game. So it's got
Oh
Sonic.
yeah.
Oh, it's got Sonic 3D
Yeah.
Blast on there. I can see some sort of sports games. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, lots of like the greatest hits. They called them the mega hits. I have an old greeting card. The instruction manual of that RC Racer. I'm sure you guys had these as kids. One of those big old books that has a.
No.
I had a
thing
big
on the
old book
side
like
where
that
you-
with sound on it. Yeah, but not Sonic
Yeah.
specifically.
You press a
Wow.
button. The batteries are dead in this. You press a button and it will sound like something or someone.
yeah.
Like this ring button will be like the sound like when he loses rings or something.
Yeah, are you meant to press
but
to a
it's
certain
storybook.
points or something? Like in the book, the book
Yeah,
will tell
you,
you to
like-
press the button or something.
Whoops, that's the last page. Spoilers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it'll tell you. It'll have an
Right.
icon on the page, and you'll press it.
Yeah,
It's
Match.
really
Okay.
pretty too. The
that's
artwork
really,
is pretty.
good. Yeah, that is awesome.
It's been in this box forever, so it's
Wow.
in decent condition.
Before those Apple
Um,
Interactive books, this is what kids had.
Mhm.
Hell yeah, no leapfrog for us losers.
Had a
Trapper
VTech.
keeper, motherfuckers.
Oh, what? A Sonic
is that
Adventure
fire?
Trapper Keeper.
The folders too.
Jeez.
Cool.
I don't think there's
Is that for
anything
school?
in these. Oh yeah, I was really awesome. There's nothing in any of these. That's a shame. I was hoping we'd find some like old writings. And then there's kind of just a lot of magazine. Oh wait, here's some of my art.
Huh? So, what is that? Is
What
that
is
a
it
toilet
supposed
roll
to
or
be?
something?
Yeah, I think it's a toilet
Knuckles.
roll, right?
And it's definitely a toilet paper roll with felt on it.
So it's a felt toilet roll with like designed to look like Knuckles, basically. That's
Was this for
Yep,
like an
and-
art project in class, or did you like?
Oh, yeah.
I see a toilet roll and I see Knuckles.
I also made Sonic in pottery class.
Oh wow!
That's impressive.
His I think this was supposed to be a mug. His coils
Yeah.
definitely fell off.
Well, I was never that artistically talented.
It's got some notes in there.
I mean,
Right,
I'd
you know.
buy that. Probably less buy the toilet roll. Oh, Scotty's frozen to me. Oh no, he's got perfect.
He froze from all the
whoa.
awesomeness,
Okay,
and then
he's
he just
back.
pops up with
He
body wash.
pops up with body wash. That's brilliant. Yeah. So Scotty's
is
now
that,
holding a
Bath game.
I've got
Oh yeah, those are cool. Do you put water in them or something to play the bath game?
I think there's already water in there, no? Or no, there's probably like a
water
hole you
in
like,
it.
fill it.
but it's not there anymore.
Yeah, I think I used to have something like that, but it wasn't the Sonic one.
Yeah, I had a ring game like
I think
that.
maybe you had to put water in it, so it's like you could be in
I
the
also
bath with
have
water in it.
the
Dolphins.
yeah. I also have like the boxes from those Pocket Arcade things. Apparently, I kept. So that might be worth some money. And then there's just tons of other like paper and different magazines.
Yeah.
Novels, quote unquote, with giant font for children.
Classic.
Jeez.
I will get one more thing out here that has a cover story for Sonic Extreme
Ooh.
game players.
Wow.
You open up to a page of a semi-naked ladybug.
Bro, I cut out Sonic because I made a greeting card.
Oh, sorry, you froze for a second.
No, she was close.
Oh, yeah.
There was a. What is this? Oh, this is a cardboard like ad for the Nomad in here
Ooh,
that you like punch out.
that's cool.
Cool.
But I remember the cover story to this because there was talks of Sonic's lady friend. Oh, there it is.
Scotty has frozen again.
But no, oh my god.
You froze
Hi.
again.
Yeah. So there's talk of Sonic's lady friend, and then you just froze.
Lady friend that didn't show up. Is it Sally Acorn?
What?
It is not. It is her.
Oh, oh God, what's
Is
she
that
called?
Amy in a tube top?
No, it just says to stay tuned for highlights in the animal kingdom. I thought her name was Tiara B.
Tiara B. Wow. Tiara B. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. The signal is coming from Professor Gazebo Bubowski and his daughter Tiara B.
He's Polish.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's cool. There's whoa. Okay, holy shit. We got to show this off. Maybe this will be Mega Play with Knuckles on the fucking cover.
Ooh, Knuckles
yeah.
Chaotix. Nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, I got tons of other magazines in here and stuff.
Oh, it's calling to me.
That's our okay, nope, sorry, take it back. This will be the last thing. Hey, where's Waldo for Sonic?
Oh, that's amazing. Or if in the
So
UK, a Where's Wally for Sonic. But there we go. Wow.
I see, and there's a lot of Sonic-looking objects in there. That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the inspiration for our name that not many people understand, but the right ones do. Sega Visions.
Yes.
There you go.
The cover is falling off of this. But
Just combine the two.
That's brilliant. Love it.
good stuff, everybody.
And in case you don't know, Tiara B's actual last name is Tiara Bubowski. There we go.
Yeah.
Boobowski.
There.
Yeah, Bubowski. So,
Boobaloobaloobies.
yeah. Okay, awesome. So, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's
quick-
all me, everybody.
Oh wow! So what's that? What are you holding up there? Sonic Shoes Blues? Is that?
Yeah, he lost them.
Oh, it's not like an audio thing.
Sonic's Shoes Blues.
I thought it was like a vinyl you had there or something. Like Sonic sings.
I thought they just gave him a soundtrack.
No, he lost his shoes. He can't find them. He's an idiot.
Oh no, he's walking around. Oh no,
That's the first time I guess it was documented that he didn't have his shoes on.
Jeez.
Maybe.
Whew.
He's got socks on though, you weirdos. Don't worry.
Cool.
That's me, everybody.
That's awesome.
I will go through my stuff very quickly. One thing is, I'm just going to say this to anyone who's into Marvel and stuff. I'd say watch the Loki TV show if you have not seen it yet, because I think I'm enjoying it way more than I did Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I personally am also enjoying it more than WandaVision, even though I did love WandaVision. So have either of you seen Loki yet?
No, not yet. It was that burnout of everything. Like I tried the TV shows, and I'm like, I don't know if I want another Marvel TV show.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm caught up with it. I've been watching it.
Okay, what are your thoughts? Are you enjoying it, or are you?
It's definitely more interesting than Captain Falcon, or damn it, Falcon Soldier.
Yeah,
Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon.
Show me your boobs.
I'll be right back.
Sure. That one was very by the numbers, but Loki is fun. Loki involves time travel and crazy thing, or sort of. I guess it does. Yeah, there's no spoilers to that. I think Tom Hiddleston's a great actor though, so he's more fun to watch, and it's time travel, so they can do what the fuck ever they want.
Yeah,
I'm liking it though. It's weird that they decided to, because I sometimes forget about it rather than Fridays.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forget about it as well. Because I think when the first series was like, oh, I thought this was coming out on Friday, and it's like, nope. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. No spoilers or anything, but yeah, good stuff. I'm liking most pretty much all the characters I enjoy as well.
They haven't overloaded it with extra characters. I felt like Falcon's Winter Soldier really had too many members of the cast.
Yeah, there weren't. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in that one they had too many reoccurring characters, so it's almost like who's this person again? Like they pop up in the first episode, then the last episode is like, I don't know who this person is anymore. But yes, so far they've done a good job introducing characters. The story, I've just found the story interesting, fascinating to me. Like, it's fun to watch. The action's good. Comedy's very good in that. I think that's the thing. Falcon and Winter Soldier didn't really have much humor in it. I know it's maybe not meant to be a humorous comedy show, but I think they could.
It was a bro buddy time.
Yeah, even then it wasn't a very good version. Anyway, enough of that. So yeah, Loki. Watch Loki. Even if you're burnt out, maybe Loki will cheer you back up again for the Marvel stuff. But definitely enjoying it. And a little bit like what you've done. I popped back to my parents' house. So I actually mentioned this a few weeks ago. Then I left some stuff at my parents' house by mistake. But you may notice something different behind me, Scotty.
Shirts, and you're in the Matrix now.
Do you notice some sort of posterage behind me?
Whoa. Is that Sonic Racing?
It is.
Sonic All-Star Racing?
That is Sonic All-Stars.
Are there like 3 posters there?
There's actually 2 posters. So yeah, okay. It's a Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing poster. Was two of them there. One of them was given to me by, I think, someone at Sega. Which is the top, sort of top smaller one. Then the one underneath is actually from a store I used to work at. And the top poster is overlaying a massive pink sticker thing, which isn't a sticker, it's printed on the poster. And it basically says like, buy an Xbox 360 and get a free game. But it doesn't mention free game, but then underneath it's just got this massive Sonic and All-Stars Racing thing. But yeah, I found those. I was like, ooh. I also got a House of the Dead Overkill poster, which was given to me also by, I think, someone at Sega. But it's in. So these 2 are a little bit crinkled. You can probably see from like how they're looking on the wall. So I just sort of stuck them on the wall because I was like, the House of the Dead Overkill poster is in perfect condition. So I kind of want to try and get a proper frame for it and then stick it on the wall. Oh yeah, it's such a good poster. I'm like, oh my god, I need to get this on the wall somehow. So yeah, I need to find a poster and put it up there. But yeah, I've taken down a load. I had some Marvel and some Star Wars posters up there before, so I've taken those down and replaced them. But I'm gonna hopefully put more
Cool.
Sega-y stuff behind me. But yeah.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, also, which is quite fitting because I found some Sonic t-shirts. So the bottom one is a Sonic Riders t-shirt. The next one up is the Sonic Riders Zero Gravity t-shirt. And then the top one is just like a Sonic with a kind of...
Whoa, I like that.
Skull and cross... Actually, I'll pick them up. Also, I'm wearing...
Jolly Roger.
Yes, Jolly Roger. I'm also wearing this retro Sonic t-shirt as well. With
I feel left out now. I'm going to go switch to my Sonic shirt.
I think you should do.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm wearing one that I got back in 94.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
I'll show you
is
the back of mine in a second. I don't remember that. When was he a pirate?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think this is based on any game. It's just a cool kind of skull and crossbones kind of pirate Sonic t-shirt.
There was also it was a fan made thing, but the someone did the classic him standing and waving his finger, but it was entirely a skeleton that looked really cool.
Yeah,
it's not an official piece at all, but some fan did it. I never got the shirt, unfortunately. I found out about it long after the fact, but that it reminded me of that.
And this is my Zero Gravity Sonic Riders Zero Gravity t-shirt, which is kind of a bluish logo, looks a bit like one of the boards, but it's got a Sonic picture and Zero Gravity on it, which is actually this one of those t-shirts. If you don't want to look like a massive geek out and about, you can kind of wear this t-shirt I found around because people just sort of see Zero Gravity. Apparently Bentley Jones wore the Skull Sonic in a music video. Wow, okay, cool.
Did I know who Bentley Jones is?
So he did some of the... He's known for singing some of the Sonic songs. He's appeared at Summer of Sonic a few times. I've been lucky enough to actually meet him and stuff a few times. He also goes by a different name sometimes. Oh, God, I've got what it is now. But Bentley Jones is what his most... I think is a stage name. And I'm trying to think what... I don't know if he's actually done any official songs on Sonic games, but he's known for singing them. Maybe I have to Google that in a minute. Lee Brotherton, that's where I used to go by. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Scottnick. See, Dr. Scottnick's on the pulse. Love it. Yeah. And very quickly, this is the other one, which I actually really like this one. It's kind of a cool Sonic basically riding one of his Sonic riding one of his...
gear.
Sonic riding one of his Sonic Riders boards, and it's kind of like three outlines of him at the same time, and on the back it's got a Sonic Riders logo.
Neat.
There we go. Yeah. So
Nice.
It's rearranged easily.
I own 2 Sonic shirts, and I'm wearing one of them and have the other one hanging. Just a silhouette on the left chest of Sonic and Knuckles. And I got to show you guys the back because it is dumb. But it is very 90s. Hopefully this will pick up. It's a tiny boy. But it says... Shit. I don't know if this is going to work. Can you read that?
Oh, wow.
Sega phone, second to none.
Yeah.
Yes, Sonic 2 Knuckles, second to none.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh, very quickly, Dr. Scottnick just said that Bentley Jones did Dreams of an Absolution from Sonic 06, which is probably one of the bigger songs from that. And the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing theme as well. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for reminding us. Brilliant.
This fine tee is from a Jackbox TKO match.
Oh my God.
It says nothing even matters, and it has a poorly drawn Sonic with boots almost catching a ring.
Wait, you were able to print out your Jackbox creation?
Yep. Any TKO shirts, you get the HTML link and you can get the shirts made. So this is something. Yeah. I wore this at MagFest once, and a girl actually started talking to me when I was in line to get. She's like, "I like your depressing Sonic shirt." I'm just like, okay.
That's funny.
Obviously nothing came of that, but I should have been like, there's plenty more depression where that came from.
Oh yeah. Man.
I mean, I guess it isn't an optimistic message on there.
No, it's just funny. I thought it was sad and hilarious, so that's why I got it printed.
Yeah.
But
did you win your TKO match?
That was not. I didn't. Anytime I play TKO with my IRL friend, I am never. There's always Sonic within those things. Jackbox, you make designs in one of their mini games where you can actually turn into shirts. Somehow, Sonic pictures always make it in there, but I'm never the one. Never me. It's never the Sonic fan. It's kind of funnier that it works that way. So
maybe people appealing to the Sonic fan. That's why they're drawing them.
Something like that.
Maybe. Yeah, I actually do have a lot more Sonic t-shirts around and about, but these are the 4 that I found at my parents' house I've completely forgotten about. But yeah, you might have seen some on the show before they're worn. But that's it. That's it for me from this. So, right, that's our week. Well, that's an epic week we all seem to have had. So we're now going to go on to Scotty Moe's Mail Sack of Wonder.
Here it is where you ask us stuff and we answer it. Hooray!
I'm back. Yes, so Scotty.
And we're back for the Mail Sack.
Lovely stuff. Cool.
But that picked up crystal clear. You can ask us questions, everybody, in Discord by joining that, and also on Twitter and sometimes Instagram. We just ask for general Sonic feedback, stories, favorite games, favorite moment, first time you played it, whatever. So we got Nicholas Schaefer in the Discord said, so back in 1994, I won Sonic the Hedgehog 3 from a contest at a fast food restaurant. I was so excited and asked my parents for a system. They told me they couldn't afford it now, but maybe someday. Sorry, I shouldn't have drank water right before this. So I would read the manual over and over and dream about playing Sonic for the next 4.5 years when I saw a Genesis at a yard sale for $20 with 5 games, including Sonic 2.
Ooh.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I can definitely relate to, like, when you buy a game, maybe you're out with your parents as a kid and you end up getting a game and it's going to be a while before you play it. So I would just read the manual over and I've done that.
Yeah, I've done that. I got a Mega Drive game on holiday once, and it was like got it at the start of the holiday, so it's still like a week and a half left. And I was just like, I want to go home and play, but clearly, read the manual. Like, I can do this in the game. I can do this in the game. Yay! That's when manuals were fun and not just epilepsy problems and stuff.
And existed, and then on Twitter, @Ali Kenobi says, in Sonic the comic, when they did the Sonic Adventure story and explained Sonic's green eyes coming from the emeralds, why did the other Freedom Fighters' eyes change and have colored iris also with no explanation? I don't know. I haven't. That's your neck of the woods, Graham. Sonic the comic by Fleetway and whoever did that before.
What? Why would you think that? I've literally never read a Sonic the comic book in my life.
Because it's based in the UK. That one is.
I've never read a Sonic comic book in my life, basically. I might have read one, maybe, some point, but yeah.
I actually read quite a bit in between like 2001 and 2003, and then I kind of stopped.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I never really got into them. The art sort of turned me off, and I was just diehard Archie all the way. And then they also say best Sonic game is Sonic 3 Complete. First one I played outside the Tiger handheld one was Sonic 1 on the Master System 2.
Damn.
And
that's good.
So the Tiger handheld is like the things I was holding up before. And then the last Twitter comment here by @Alex F. Kraus. My eyes with a drop of blood next to it because I used a super colorful, crazy, old school official Sonic art where Sonic's like going down an escalator in a mall that's just pink and yellow and nuts with Sonic Tails and Knuckles running around too. And Graham's holding up the handheld of the first Sonic game, the Tiger Electronics handheld thing.
With no batteries in. Yeah, there we go.
Hell no. Those things are getting sold again, like officially through GameStop. So I don't understand why. Oh, yes. You could probably get some money for that. I could probably get some money for that shit box too.
This has got some writing.
And then on Instagram.
Sorry, it's got someone's name and looks like a phone number on the bag, but it's kind of worn out. I got this secondhand.
Call it now. Call it in real time.
Tessa someone, and then I can't really read the numbers though, but it ends in 0505. Their phone number, so
we're not going to call them.
Okay, is that Tessa? This is your future.
Tessa, you're here. We've got Tessa live on the other end, in the field. And then in Instagram, we actually do have a question by axsen_. What's an aspect of Sonic that is missing today that you missed? For me, it's the admittedly cheesy but fun action-adventure writing that never took itself too seriously, but still was enough to get me sufficiently invested, like in Sonic Adventure games, Heroes, or Sonic Riders.
Okay.
Yeah, like the 16-bit era, there was no story other than Robotnik's being a jerk. Sonic's got to stop him. And like the most story that they had, I remember Corey and I streamed Sonic 3 and Knuckles the other night during the week, actually on Sonic's birthday on the 23rd. And I pointed that out, like the beginning of Sonic 3, he's supersonic and Tails is flying on the tornado and he like jumps off the tornado and just flies across the water and then boom, runs into Knuckles and loses the Chaos Emerald. So they got to get him. That's the first time there was like really legit story in the 16-bit games.
Yeah.
Well, they mentioned Sonic Adventure games. I felt like those were the games that started having some kind of like actual story in it. Personally, I felt like maybe they were trying to start taking themselves seriously. Even with like the Maria stuff, like that wasn't exactly lighthearted.
Right?
Yeah, I think for me the thing that I'm missing, kind of, this is more from the Sonic Adventure. Actually, there's only been 2 games I've done this, but I'm missing it anyway. It's the sort of hub world experience, which I loved in Sonic Adventure for a 3D Sonic game.
I like that.
Yeah, running around, finding the levels, doing little puzzles between the levels and stuff, just finding out, hidden secrets and things like that. I just love that personally.
That's what I hope is in Sonic Rangers, which might be.
That's what I'm hoping as well. I think that it's been hinted that could be what it is by someone who leaks it, but
every other game right now is open world just because it can be. So most likely, Sonic Unleashed, I guess, had it as well. I didn't play barely any of that game, but I think there's sort of like you have to run around areas and go in between places to get to different levels.
I've tried my hardest.
And Sonic 06.
Yeah, Sonic 06 as well. Yeah, that continued it. When they removed it for Sonic Adventure 2, I was like, Urgh. I didn't like when they removed it for
Sonic 06 hub world. I remember that too. That's great. Nice.
I was going to say, Sonic Unleashed. I've tried my best to forget that game because I did not enjoy it. I can't remember if there is a hub world in that now. But anyway,
I don't remember.
Sorry. Martin, was there anything that you feel like you missed from old Sonic games, or?
I mean, I like the ones that obviously kind of stick in my mind the most were basically Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, and then Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. So like the introduction to like a truly 3D like Sonic game. I don't know. I did like the hub aspect of it. And yeah, like I just felt like not too many gimmicks, like the Unleashed stuff and all that. They just kind of tacked on. It was just kind of like the characters and the levels, and get. That's the other thing I like. Changing between all the characters and all that kind of stuff, I really enjoyed. But yeah. I think that those would be the things for me. Would be like the hub and all that stuff. So.
Actually, there's one other thing that I've forgotten, which I'd love to see return. Which I don't know how it would work exactly. Which is from the original games, which is more along the lines of multiple paths and levels you can really explore. Because Sonic was one of those games that back in the day, if you played it in different ways, you could actually go different routes. You could get different, pickups and stuff, or you could find hidden things on the levels, which the modern games don't really have anymore. You mostly go along one straight path. There might be a slight veer off at certain points, but you don't really get to explore the levels anymore because you basically are forced to keep going forward and grinding on rails and stuff like that. So that's what I'd like to see return, basically. More exploration.
They had that in Mania. They amped up the Green Hill Zone. They had different routes you could go.
Yeah, Mania's one of those exceptions, I guess, because it's back to the 2D routes. Yeah. They could kind of do that, but for the 3D games, they haven't really done that. I think Adventure had a little bit of that, but not too much.
Has there been a Chow Garden after Adventure 2? That might be being ignorant. I don't remember if there was a Chow Garden in any other ones.
No.
Recently. If not, then I do like that concept. Just obviously flesh it out a bit more. But like I remember spending a lot of time in those with my brother, and we actually used the VMU thing where you like take another VMU, connect it. Like I had a friend who was like as equally invested in Sonic. I think my peak interest was like 2000 to 2003, and we went to the Chopin Park, our local park, and we brought our VMUs. I lost like the cap on the VMU thing. It was just completely gone.
No one has those anymore, surely.
Yeah, those are like
see-through black.
Those are like boxes
one.
for Game Boy Advance games. You don't keep those things; they're gone immediately.
Yeah.
Just
But we did that, and then we connected to each other. It was. I don't remember if we were fighting or mating or what. It's all a blur. But it was.
To be clear,
fun.
the Chows, not Marson and his friend.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
We would totally. I mentioned my friend Ben, who my brother and I were like babysat by his mom, who had kids our age and stuff, who got to save those balls for us. But that was like they were like our Dreamcast buddies, because the 4-player stuff, that was where we played the 4-player Dreamcast games. But we both had our VMUs, and his mom was more strict about getting us to play outside, but we totally just bring our VMUs and like do the Chow battles and Chow Adventure backyard and stuff. And so pull the wool over their eyes.
We're playing outside, Mom.
Yeah. Nice. Wow.
That
Brilliant.
would be cool to bring back, though. I really like the open world stuff. And maybe, I mean, Sonic Mania did bring, and it's hard for most games to do these anymore. Bonus levels. You don't really see bonus levels in games.
True. Yeah. That was like a staple of Sonic. That was like a big thing. Like what would the next special stage be in the next one and stuff? Yeah, because I
don't know what they would do now.
Yeah, because the thing is, each iteration on the Mega Drive or Genesis was like an advancement on what could be done at the time. Because I remember Sonic the Hedgehog 1, the rotating maze levels was something that couldn't be done before in any system. That was one of the things that's why they did it. And then Sonic 2, they managed to get the programming better, and it's almost like the 3D half pipe thing. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then you got like the sphere and Sonic and Knuckles and stuff like that, where you're running around the sort of the little globe, and blew people's minds back in the day.
Yeah, I take it back, sort of. They did have that in Lost World, but that was legitimately some of the worst anything I've experienced in the 3DS version of Lost World, because you would use the gyroscope to move Sonic around bonus levels. So I remember this vividly because that game. But like I was in a recliner, like in a reclining chair, and I was like literally upside down playing this stupid bonus level because you could not move unless you moved the DS around. It's so dumb.
And I try to remember because I've been playing Sonic Lost World on the PC quite recently, and now I can't remember what the bonus levels are like on that one, because I think it's different to the 3DS one. I've literally forgotten. My memory's just gone.
That's okay. Nick Schaefer actually added to the Discord as we were answering his favorite memory of Sonic was buying my Sonic Bundle Dreamcast on January 31st, 2001. Me and my buddies played it for 48 hours straight, taking turns napping. The things we played the most were Sonic Adventure 2 demo. That night, I got in a huge argument saying I couldn't be trusted with my money because I didn't care.
So that you cut out literally as you said, couldn't be trusted with his money.
Wasn't being trusted with his money, and then it came back to I didn't care.
They said the night I got in a huge argument after the 48 hours, I guess. That night I got in a huge argument saying I couldn't be trusted with my money because it was all... I didn't care.
Okay, I'll read it out. It's all over the news that the Dreamcast was done. I didn't care. So you cut out again, Scotty, just as the key moment. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my microphone. I really don't. This has
I
always
guess it's
been
not the
happening
program.
now.
That's weird.
Nope.
Yeah.
So I will put
weird.
RTX back on after I've... and they do have a question. Ask for a question. What is your favorite part of Sonic outside the games?
Ooh, that's a good one.
All the crap we're wearing right now.
Crush 40.
Crush 40 is amazing. Yeah, the music. I think the music.
Music definitely. Just straight up Sonic OSTs.
Yeah.
I remember I was like a big fan of going into like the menu on Sonic Adventure and just like listening to all their theme songs and all that kind of shit. Like I really enjoyed.
Yeah. And
I always had Sonic. I owned Sonic CD. I played Sonic CD on PC and beat it on PC. Horrible experience. Don't use a keyboard. But I owned it because a rental shop was going out of business and they had Sonic CD for Sega CD. And I bought it not having a Sega CD. I got a Sega CD literally 3 years ago. So, but I always put Sonic CD, Knights, Sonic R like in my Walkman, and just those were like on rotation. So, yeah. And even some of the bad Sonic games still have great soundtracks. Like my worst Sonic games actually got one of my favorite songs in it. So, yeah, great stuff.
which we'll talk about later, I think.
Yeah, that's actually a good. That's sort of a good transition. I don't think we have questions. I'm double checking, and I don't see anything else here, so we should be good to go and leave the mail sack. Oh, that barely mail sack.
Brilliant. Beautiful.
You hit that note.
So yeah, that brings us on to our featured topic. So let's roll in with the intro.
I got it.
So, yes, we are going into our feature topic, which is more about Sonic and the fact that Sonic has turned 30. So, unless you've been living under a rock for the last week or so and haven't had internet access or whatever, you should probably know that last Wednesday, the 23rd of June 2021, marked Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary. Woohoo! Again, I should have had party poppers to spire off one.
He was born the same year as I was, folks.
Ooh. Oh my God, you are younger, you are. Really? Are you really that young compared to Chris and I? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm turning 30 in November, actually.
That's painful.
So we have the same anniversary.
Yeah, you're a wee bad.
Chris said he's turning 40 in December.
Good God.
I was like, we're like 9 years apart.
Yeah,
That's as old as my oldest half-brother.
I'm lucky still a few years off 40, so yeah.
See, you're not that much older.
But anyway. So, if you don't know much about Sonic, I'll just do a very quick history of them. So, if you don't know, the first Sonic the Hedgehog game was originally released in North America in June 1991, June 23rd. And it was then later released in the PAL and Japanese regions in July of the same year, so July 1991, so just a month later. And if you don't know about it, development for the game began back in 1990 when Sega ordered its developers to create a game featuring a mascot for the company. Because they realized at the time they needed a stronger mascot than Alex the Kid. So they wanted to, see what could be done. And after considering a number of suggestions and designs, the developers decided to go on a blue hedgehog designed by Naoto Oshima. And the sort of the daddy of Sonic, as most people know him as, Yuji Naka, he actually helped develop the gameplay style. So Sonic's novel gameplay style, which allows him to roll along curved scenery, originated from a tech demo that Yuji Naka had created at the time. So it fit very perfectly with Naoto Oshima's designs, and basically that's kind of how Sonic was born. And if you don't know, the music for the first two games, Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, was composed entirely by Masato Nakamura, who is the songwriter for the Japanese pop band Dreams Come True, who are still active today, which is fantastic. And I'm going to skip past many, many decades. If you bring us up to modern times, a little fact I found out, came out last year. And according to the 2020 Sega Sammy financial report, Sonic the Hedgehog games, the franchise of games, including re-releases and the free-to-play titles on like mobile phones, has sold over 1.14 billion copies to date. Billion.
That's a shit ton of games.
That is a lot. And so that's probably increased even more over the last year. And so that's a huge amount. And so even though people say, Sonic's not as good as it used to be, the franchise is still going very strong, by the sounds of it. So
Money
that's
talks.
Incredible. Wow. Yes. So as we're going into this feature, we're going to have a few discussions about Sonic the Hedgehog. So just going to open up some questions and stuff. And later on in the show, as we mentioned at the very start, there is a chance for the viewers and listeners to win some Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary goodies. But stay tuned for that. But I'm actually going to do some fun stuff with you two guys. So Martin and Scotty, I'm going to throw out some trivia questions for you. And I'd like for you to answer these questions. It's going to be almost like the first person to answer. Buzz in basically and give me the answer, and we'll see who gets.
Should just yell it out, or I say buzz, or what's
ding, badong.
Ding.
Okay, Scotty's got a badong, Martin's got a buzz or whatever. So
I'll say ding.
I'm gonna bring up the music that I have, little bed music. There we go for this, and I'm going to ask you.
I don't think we can hear it.
You can't hear it, but I believe the audience can. So, what is the name of the second game that Sonic the Hedgehog appeared in?
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, ding.
You're incorrect, sir. Scotty, over to you. You're frozen out.
Well,
It's just a fucking game.
shit. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say that it was maybe some sort of artsy game on the Genesis, like artists like draw your shit, kids. That's what it's called by Sega.
Sonic Game Gear.
No, you're both wrong. I'm just going to have to give the answer out. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. Dr. Scottnick, you are correct. It's Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on the Mega Drive or Genesis is the second game that Sonic appeared in. Sonic the Hedgehog,
including ports and everything.
Sonic the Hedgehog. No, there's still the Genesis release of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 is the second game he appeared in because he actually appeared as a car ornament in the arcade racer Radmobile in February of 1991. So 4 months before the release. It does. I said, what's the name of the game that second game he appeared in? So he appeared.
Well, I guess appeared. Okay. Trick question.
I need to tighten my thinking cap then.
Yeah. These are all off the cuff, like sort of slightly tricky questions, little factoids that people don't know about. But there you go. So Sonic the Hedgehog 1 was actually the second game Sonic the Hedgehog appeared in. There we go. And in fact, I can share on the screen. If I do a little screen share, let's do some screen share stuff. This is going to be fun. Can we bring this up?
Yeah, he's the hood, or not the hood ornament. He is dangling from the rearview mirror.
I can get a slightly better. There we go. It's more centered there.
Nice.
So yeah, you can see him there, just like hanging around, as it were.
There he is.
Brilliant. But with that,
that's a pretty good looking dashboard for a game that old.
Yeah,
it is. So if you don't know, Radmobile was actually on the Astro City arcade, which I'm holding here, and it's my favorite game on here so far. I've actually played it quite a lot. It's kind of got like an outrunny vibe to it, but you're within the car, so you're sort of driving from the dashboard camera. It's not quite the same as Outrun, but it's got that vibe to it. And it looks really good for its age. It's fantastic.
I was using that controller the other day, and I do really like the feel of it, Graham. I know you got one of these too.
I do indeed. What were you using it on? What system?
When I was playing Sonic 3, because we had to parsec it, so I was playing it through Steam and stuff, so I used it on my PC.
Okay, well, that's cool. So
Dr. Scottnick, 1 point for you.
Dr. Scottnick, 1 point. Yeah, let's actually, I should have done the bell sound. Which
it's three-way race now.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, let's move on to recently in the last week. Was it? When was it? It was actually on his birthday, 23rd of June. Sega actually did a Sonic the Hedgehog Symphony Orchestra live event on YouTube. And Scotty, I know that you watched this live at the time. Martin and I have since watched it afterwards. We've watched it, like, it's available on YouTube right now. In fact, I'll put it on the screen share. I'll have it playing in the background. So yeah, Scotty, do you want to, I know you want to talk about this, so Scotty just ducked under the table.
Phone in. No, I was plugging my phone in, its battery's dying. Man, this was fun to watch. This was fun to watch live also because a lot of people were watching it and we were just being like, holy shit, they're doing this, they're playing that, they're playing this. I was most excited about this because like there's been so many symphonic renditions of JRPG music and like more like Metal Gear Solid and other stuff, and that's like gone on tours in the States and stuff, that it's like, yeah, that music's kind of already done by an so it's not as, I don't know, different, not as much of a different take. So it was cool to see, 8-bit, 16-bit and like butt rock turned into symphonic stuff. That was really neat. I was just blown away left and right because the fact that they did Game Gear games, they had a Game Gear medley, and then even within that, they did Tails Adventure. I was like, oh my gosh. Like they remember the games they made. And when Sonic R popped up, I was like, yes. And then Sonic the Hedgehog Into Dreams. I am a huge Nights fan. I'm a huge Christmas Nights fan. Sonic in 3D was the first time. Sonic was in 3D for the first time in the Christmas Nights demo. So it was like, oh my God, they're acknowledging things exist. And Sega, we always scream at Sega to like, bring back old IPs, acknowledge your old crap, and this and
oh God, Scotty, you're cutting out like a crazy man.
It was just so great to see all these references, and the production value was really solid. Between like the intermission with the Chow Garden on, that was really fun, and the they broke it up and then did like full rock band stuff afterwards, but also incorporated the orchestra a little bit with songs. I was introduced to Nate Wants to Battle through this, or Nate, I forget his last name now, but he is a voice actor. I really liked his vocals over top of some of this stuff. The Crush 40 stuff was cool. Not a huge Crush 40 fan, but they really fit the music for the Sonic games, the 3D stuff. And I face palmed at the same time, but I was smiling when they did the last thing of choose your story between Hero and Dark and had Johnny G, we'll say, from Crush 40 in there. Man, I wrote about this on the Megavision site, though. But it was great. It was just so much fun seeing all this stuff.
Yeah. Was he coming in from like a Zoom call, and then the band was like in Japan? I'm assuming.
I'm sure. I don't know how live this was really. Just
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't entirely live. Maybe the orchestra bit was, but the bits at the end with the rock music and stuff definitely wasn't. But I believe, because he's based in America, Johnny, and the rest of the band is based in Japan. I believe, due to travel restrictions, they probably had to do it that way. So yeah, like he's in like a recording studio in the bottom corner of the screen and singing along. Which is really good.
Didn't quite
really
fit in that circle. Yeah,
but he still had just as much picture-in-picture box as he would on stage, which is Rachel got home from work as he was singing, and he's like doing this thing with his ears and like pointing to what would be the crowd to stuff. I'm like, this is
like when I first heard that voice, I just didn't think it would come out of like a person like that. I don't know. It just felt so. I don't know. It was like a rock sounding voice. I don't know. Like it was weird. Like when I never saw him on the screen before, and he could still pull it off. Like he sounds like what he sounded like, on Sonic Adventure and all those other theme songs that they wrote for.
Yeah.
And that was like probably my favorite section. And then the Sonic Colors, that other band, I don't know if you guys have a better insight on that, but did they create the songs for Sonic Colors? Like the
theme song,
particular section?
It was by Cash Cash originally, which is like a house rock band. They have their sound is like more club rock and some instruments, but like synth based stuff. So it was cool to hear not actual, but like electric or acoustic instruments play that. I'm not a huge fan of Cash Cash, so it was nice to hear a better version of that song, in my opinion.
And yeah, I think what's this? You said Nate something.
Nate Wants to Battle is what he goes by,
Escape.
like his music name and his Twitter handle and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know of him as like a YouTuber and all that kind of stuff, so I didn't know what his fame was. But I think he did a great job singing. It was City Escape. I thought he did like the original. Yeah. I think he did a great job with that.
Yeah, awesome. I will say, here's the thing. This is the one moment in my life where I've actually considered getting YouTube Premium, because I watched it after the fact, so I didn't watch it live. And this had so many adverts in it that it drove me nuts. So they had lots of little pop-up banners at the bottom, which was they're just annoying a little bit. They didn't really interrupt it, but they also had lots of video adverts throughout. And it wasn't like they'd come to an end of a song and then the advert would appear, which would have been kind of okay. It would be literally halfway through a song, a video advert would pop up and just completely ruin it.
Takes you out.
It was just so just so you know, this is a good hour and 50 minutes long. It's an hour and 47 minutes. Really good stuff they've done. So I really wanted to watch it from start to finish. I didn't want to skip it. So yeah, just I was going nuts because easily within that time there was about 20 adverts. Not even joking. And there's one really ironic advert that popped up at the time, which I'm just gonna change things around and bring it up so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry, just bring it back on this screen.
That's all right. They also, the Zoom calls and stuff and all that, they had to do this. There's no way most of this was live, but adequately so, because there's no way an orchestra would be able to keep time with a rock band like over the internet. So
lag delay. Yeah. I mean, and it didn't have to be live, like the performance itself, like even if it was filmed like a week ago or whatever, they did a fantastic job. And I love it. Like I went to a video game Symphony in like 06, 05 or 06, something like that. They were playing like, just like you said, it's normally like an assortment of video game songs, and they actually did play the Sonic the Hedgehog. I think it was Green Hill Zone. And then there was like, it was a set list of like each game had like one or two. And I think that those were fun, but to have an actual whole symphony of Sonic songs, because I think one of the highlights of the Sonic franchise is the music. 2D, 3D, whatever. Like I think music is definitely the highlight for Sonic games, and it elevates the levels. I just think they did amazing. So
I'm just going to quickly show you. I actually took a screenshot of this advert because I thought it was so funny and ironic. Here we go. So one of the adverts that popped up, if you can see that, is an advert for Total Ad Block, remove annoying ads. And I was like, that's just perfect. That's the perfect advert to pop up during this. God damn it. Because I was at this point just going, this is just pissing me off. But overall, though, it was a fantastic show, fantastic performance. And I just guess I'm going to have to buy premium for YouTube.
They have to release this in some way, shape, or form to purchase like the full thing. Like if they, that's so idiotic if they do not do that. Like who would not spend money to? It was weird that they had almost no Sonic CD music because everybody always argues like, oh, the Japanese is better, but they had Crush 40 do a cover of Sonic Boom. But it was a little strange that there was no Palm Tree Panic or anything in there. So maybe there was sort of weird rights issues. I don't know.
Yeah. Did they do many? I forget. Did they do much Sonic 3 stuff, or they did some, didn't they?
There was a Sonic 3 and then Knuckles medley. Yeah. Because they had, I remember. Yeah. The freaking opening of the Sonic 2 medley, it was like, oh my gosh, Wing Fortress was meant to be played by an orchestra. That was great.
Yeah, that's so good. That's song orchestral. Yeah. The reason why I asked about Sonic 3 was because
the Saturn medley.
Saturn medley had Sonic R and Sonic Into Dreams, which I mean they literally play the Night song for Sonic Into Dreams, but I thought that was great because it just sounds good. Like that soundtrack's made for an orchestra, and they even freaking played music from Sonic Jam, like the Sonic World music. So good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the reason why I asked about Sonic 3 was because of the whole thing around the fact that Michael Jackson, even though he's not credited, did help write some of the soundtrack, and there's been things in the past about licensing issues or something.
Right.
So I did wonder about that, but I guess they're over it, which is good.
Yeah,
it's... And I love what they
Dr.
did.
Dr. Scottnick says... Oh, go ahead, Graham.
I was just going to say, I love what they did, how they show the orchestra, but also show the gameplay, for the games. They did it in such a good way, presentation.
Yeah, Dr. Scottnick says, I was surprised by the lack of Sonic Heroes music. They did the theme song, but I honestly don't remember. There's so much music in this, I don't remember if there was zero representation of Heroes besides that.
Yeah, I think maybe... It feels like they went for most of the games that most people really know about, or had the best, I guess, like vocal soundtracks and stuff as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They probably thought the theme song made up for no medley of that game, maybe, or something.
Because I feel like Sonic Heroes is one of those games that, even though I think a lot of fans do enjoy the game, it didn't sell so well, so probably not showing it off so much, which is sad.
But there was also, I lost my train of thought as I was saying it. Oh, a lot of Sonic Colors representation, probably because they have that remastered version coming out or whatever it's called. I forget. Ultimate. Yeah.
Yep. Sonic Colors Ultimate. Yeah.
So,
in fact, I think it showed in the gameplay it was Sonic Colors Ultimate as well. So they're like, this is happening. This is a thing. Check this out.
Right.
Let's skip forward on this a little bit. I think there's some... I just saw some Saturn stuff. Let's have a look.
Oh, they also had the fucking Shadow the Hedgehog theme song, and man, I could have done without that. But I understand that, there's an entire generation that is losing its shit right now because it's hearing that song. So that's fine.
Yeah, and this is the Sonic R bit, which I thought looks fantastic. I forgot about this track on Sonic R. Because when I first saw this, I was like,
yeah,
wait, what is this? And I was like, oh, wait, Sonic R. And there's a Sonic Jam.
There it is, Sonic Jam.
Oh,
so good. So good.
I still love it. I still love
Sonic R on PC, not the Saturn, unfortunately.
It's
a PC version's a better version.
Oh,
oh yeah, definitely. The God damn it. I keep losing my train of thought. I can't remember. Oh, Sonic R, yeah. There's a Twitch clip of me pretending to go insane essentially while we were playing it. We played it on Thursday night. We found a way to all play as the same character, so we were all Supersonic on Radiant Emerald, where Supersonic Racing plays, and there's that part in the song where the singer just says "everybody" like 16 times. Everybody. Yeah, just go find.
Yeah, I actually saw that you had your glasses with your booty glasses on. I thought you had like a soundboard or something. I didn't think you were actually like just going repeatedly.
Nope, that was all me.
It's all me, baby.
I'll find the clip and share it in the chat here. So yeah, but such good stuff. They have to release this as a CD or a vinyl somehow.
Yeah, there's been some talk in the YouTube comments or people going, if you release on DVD, I'll buy it.
Oh yeah, DVD, Spotify. Yeah, so we can see everything. Yeah.
But I guess it's free here, like to watch and stuff. So yeah, I wonder how many people would actually buy it. Oh, and actually, to answer Dr. Sonic's question earlier, I was watching it from the Summer Game Fest channel, I guess it was, because he's asking if I watched it from Sonic Channel or Summer Games Fest, because apparently he didn't have any adverts. Which, if it's the official Sonic Channel, maybe I should go there instead. But yeah. Cool. Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about on this one at all?
That covers it for me.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
Yeah, I'd definitely go and watch it. It's on Summer Game Fest YouTube channel, or apparently the Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel. Go and check it out. And
yeah,
it's really good, really worth watching. Even just having in the background, like while you're working or something, just the music's so fantastic.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I had that the next day, yeah.
Yeah. And some great stuff at the end. So, yeah, really get your rock on, really builds you up. Oh, cool. And with that, I'm going to leave this going in the background, I think, while I ask this next question.
Sure.
So yeah, I've got another question for you folks to do. So,
oh boy.
Oh yeah.
There is the link to the clip if anyone wants to.
Brilliant.
Watch me go insane.
Oh, your Scotty going insane question. No, not question, clip even. I've just realised that I need to be on this so I can bring up my little game music and the answer bell as well. So here we go for the next question for you guys. And also the chat can jump in as well, but I'm going to find out to you guys. What was the original name Sega called Sonic internally at Sega until they decided upon Sonic the Hedgehog?
Badong, Mr.
Scott.
Needle Mouse.
You are correct, sir. Ding, 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 ding.
That's what it was.
There we go. Yep, well done. Yeah, it was Mr. Needle Mouse. And if you don't know about it, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, that was the original name for the project for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Like they were calling it, Project Needle Mouse was the name of it. So that's named after the original name of Sonic. So there we go. So yeah, moving on. Let's just find out some sort of questions for each other around so going back into Sonic's history and stuff. We're all big Sega fans, we're big Sonic fans. So I'll aim it at Scotty first. Scotty, what was your first experience of Sonic, and what did you think about it? And also, when did you first own a Sonic game?
My first experience was playing Sonic at a Blockbuster video. They had their like cool kiosk. They tried to mimic a living room kiosk, I remember, and it was just a TV, and they'd probably rotate games and whatever, but Sonic was playing on there, and I remember playing it and thinking how cool he was and not really understanding it, but knowing that I needed it in my life more. But I think I owned the first Sonic, but I don't remember vividly playing that on my own console. Vivid memory of playing Sonic 2 and being on the last boss, and that game came out in February because that was when Sonic Tuesday happened. Groundhog Day was Hedgehog Day. Sonic 2 came out. I think that was for the first video game release date, like advertised release date in gaming history, if I remember correctly. But I remember our Christmas tree was still up in the living room, and I was playing, and I remember my mom and a friend was taking the tree down, but that the tree just like fucking totally toppled and just landed in the middle of the room. And I'm like on the last boss, and I remember seeing that happen, but thinking, all right, whatever, and still playing the game. More priorities.
That's amazing.
Wow. Fantastic. And Martin?
Was it a real tree or was it a fake tree?
Pretty sure it was a real tree. I don't think we did fake trees until long after that. So yeah. I didn't have to clean it up.
What about you? First experience?
I feel like it's slightly a blur, but my very first gaming console was a Model 2 Sega Genesis.
Okay.
And it must have been like 96 or 95. And I don't remember I vividly don't remember it having a Sonic the Hedgehog game until I got because the first games I got were like Vector Man, and there was like the Toy Story, like the Disney games that we got for the Genesis. And when we took the Model 2 back, because I think my dad's friend was like, "There's this new console out," or there was like a PlayStation or whatever. So we bought the original PS1. And then within that same year, we got the Model 3 Genesis, which is like a third party.
Oh my God.
Third party. It was like Majesco or something.
That was the one you bought, Graham.
Yes, yeah. It's under my sofa bed thing behind me at the moment.
It's like cheap, and like the power button is just an orange sticker under a switch.
Yeah, I feel I don't think I even plugged in to test it out, so it may not even work well. Anyway.
Ours did work, but we did buy like a series of games when we got the Model 3. We got the Batman Forever game, and we got the Sonic Classics 3-in-1. It was called Sonic Compilation. In Europe, as I learned right before the show, and yeah, it had Sonic 1 and 2, and it had the Mean Bean Machine, which is Puyo Puyo. It was just reskinned with Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is inspired by Tetris, and it was great. Like I loved it, and then me and my brother would play both 1 and 2, and then he played as Tails in the second one, and then we would just run through the levels together, and it was awesome. And that's kind of like where we started getting interested in Sonic. But I think after that we played 1 and 2, and then the next Sonic game immediately after that was Sonic Adventure that we played. So it was like that period between like 97 and then 99, where we were basically having like this combination of 2D gameplays and PS1 and then N64, all that kind of blended together. But I guess long story short, the first time I played it was on this compilation game.
Wow, so you actually got into Sonic quite late, I guess, then, in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I was born in the same year as Sonic, I would not be able to remember Sonic.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Scotty, I think you were off camera, off your headset at the time, but yeah. Martin was born the same year as Sonic. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Except in November.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have. Well. So your dad didn't just thrust the controller in your hand straight away. Here you go, kid.
Here you go, baby. Play Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, and also like around this time we watched like those Saturday morning cartoons. So like I watched Sonic Underground, and I remember buying that Sonic movie, like that anime movie. I don't know what it was called.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog, whatever. The animation, something like that, came out like 98 or 99.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Scotney just
said... I have the VHS of that. What?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to read out. Dr. Scotney just basically said that his first 3 Sonic games were Heroes, Shadow, and Riders. So those are 3 very late in life, I guess, Sonic games. That's
oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So either Dr.
Scotty's a baby.
So either Dr. Scotty's very young, or he's just late into the game, as it were.
No, he said he was born around the time Sonic Adventure in Japan came out. He said.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry. Wow.
Like
I have to remind myself that those things are classics or whatever, but like I think it first hit me how long I've been playing video games and how old some stuff I have is when I was working with a high school drum line. And I don't know why, but like I remember the moment where I realized, holy crap, I own game cartridges that are older than all of these kids that I'm talking to right now.
Yeah, that is always worrying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so crazy. Because, yeah, I guess for me, I was brought up on the Sonic games pretty much. I mean, I was quite young. Well, I was old enough, I guess, to play them at the time. My first experience with Sonic was Sonic the Hedgehog 1 in a department store somewhere in London. I have no idea what it was. I went up to see my grandma at the time, who she lived near London, so we went to London to meet her or something. And I remember being in the department store that had this magical thing called a Mega Drive, and I think there was a Virtual Boy there as well for some reason. I think I got to experience the Virtual Boy, and then like these kiosks set up basically. And I remember just loving Sonic on there. I thought this is the most amazing thing ever. And then I didn't get a Sonic game until I got my Game Gear a few years later. So my Game Gear was my first personal gaming system, because before that I had like an Atari 2600, which and a ZX Spectrum, which I shared with my brother. So they were kind of like family consoles. So we had to share games and stuff. And then I got a Game Gear for my birthday, which my grandma gave me. And that didn't come with a Sonic game. I had like this 4-in-1 game pack, which was awesome. And then a few months later, I think it was, I finally picked up Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Game Gear. And that was the first Sonic the Hedgehog game I owned. And I loved it, but bloody hell, Sonic 2 is on the Game Gear is not a game to introduce you to Sonic the Hedgehog. It's so difficult compared to the other Sonic games. So yeah, I remember the first.
I remember Sonic Chaos is a joke.
Oh yeah, like I couldn't
that one's like 20 minutes long.
I couldn't get past the first boss in Sonic 2 on the Game Gear for ages. I think my brother was actually better than me. I vaguely remember he used to do it, but I played the first 3 acts of the game. So it was like Act 1, Act 2. And Act 3 was the boss battle, basically. And on Sonic 2 on the Game Gear, you didn't have any rings on the boss levels. So you had to run through a level, basically, to get to the boss without any rings. And then so it's one hit kill. And the first boss is probably one of the hardest bosses in the game. Because you've got to avoid these bouncing balls while on a slope. And there's like a spiky thing at the bottom which attacks you. It's like pincers, basically. And it's just quite a tricky one. And I just remember sucking at that for so long. But it's a great game. Once you get past the level, it's really fun. It's also got a moment in the
I remember... sorry. I thought whenever you're done with the Game Gear talk, I have a Game Gear comment.
It's Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. I think it's the next level is also like one of those levels which basically destroyed Game Gear D-pads. Because you get on these like hang gliders and you have to glide across the level at certain points. But to do that, you have to keep tapping backwards on the D-pad. And the Game Gear did not have the best D-pad. And I broke 2 Game Gears doing that. Basically.
Damn.
Yeah. So my mum was not happy. She had to keep going back to shops going, yeah, this just randomly broke. Can we get it replaced?
Wow.
Yeah. So there we go. That's my Game Gear chat. There we go. Those are my 2 first experiences.
The game, I recommend anyone that's not experienced with them to check out a lot of the Game Gear games, because that was where Sega did their experimentation in the 90s. The first Sonic game, there were bonus levels, but the worlds themselves were hidden throughout the actual levels, and you had to explore and find them throughout there, which was really cool. And Sonic Tails Adventure was just so different out of the series and very cool. It's a slow paced game, but you can still beat it in like a couple hours.
Yeah.
But in terms of Game Gear, I actually played more Road than any for some reason. I think it was either a pack-in or I got it before Sonic, but honestly, I played the most Sonic Drift because I remember I got that on our way to like the grandparents' house that lived 8 hours away or whatever. So I would play the crap out of Sonic Drift even when we were there, because I hated visiting family as a kid. So I would just play the crap out of my Game Gear.
Me too.
Man, yeah, I wish I had Sonic Drift back in the day. I had the opportunity, but I think I picked up a different game. I think I picked up a Star Trek game for my Game Gear, actually, which ended up being...
You guys remember how long the Game Gear actually lasted in terms of battery life?
I don't know that I had a lot of issues with that, as much as we all like to joke about it. I don't remember having problems with it unless I had it plugged in all the time or something.
So I do remember it only lasting like 6 hours or something. Like, well, it just didn't seem very long. Whereas my friends who had Game Boys would, they played it for days. Basically, it seemed like. I do remember.
Yeah.
I do remember my parents being at one point. I went on holiday to Belgium, which is where I first saw
Ooh, fancy.
Sonic. That's when I first saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 movie. I think it's just spoken about previously on the show. I saw it. They were speaking French or Belgium. I can't remember in the movie. Anyway. That's where I was playing my Game Gear a lot, and my parents had to keep buying me batteries because I just kept running out of batteries, which is every day.
What do you need, like 4 or 5 batteries in there?
Six
Oh,
batteries.
Jesus Louise.
Yeah, but then later I got this cool pack thing which clips into the battery pack. It's like rechargeable battery pack things that clip on the back, which lasts a lot longer. And but most of the time at home I played it plugged in. So when I was at home, always plugged in, baby. Yeah.
Right next to a wall.
Yeah, basically. Like I remember taking it to my friend's house and just playing it there, but I was basically just on my own playing a game in my friend's house. He's like, not really playing with me anymore. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, if you can get the Sonic Gems collection on GameCube, that has a lot of the Game Gear games, including Tails Adventure. We ended this Thursday night thread on stream with Corey and me playing Sonic Drift against each other.
Ooh, awesome. That's so cool.
So,
yeah, I need to get that. That's one of the Sonic compilations I don't own, which seems like one of the best ones. It's got Sonic R in it, hasn't it?
yeah, the main games in it are Sonic R, Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic CD. GameCube's going to be the next. I mean, GameCube's already kind of era of retro stuff to go up, so definitely grab it sooner than later.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get it soon.
The Gems collection is that one.
Gems. Yeah. Awesome. Man. Cool. So I guess that rounds off those little bits. So now it's time for the next bit of trivia question I'm going to ask you guys. So here we go. You love it.
But I will lose.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Come on, Martin. We have faith.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta tighten my thinking cap.
So Scotty's got 1 point so far. So the next
Nick has 1. That should count.
So, the next trivia question is, according to Sonic's creators, Naoto Oshima and Yuji Naka, why is Sonic blue?
Oh, fuck.
Okay, just to be clear, this is not in like his backstory or anything. It's the reason why they chose for him to be blue. Whoever shouts out first can get the answer.
They say like blue was like a cool color and they were trying to make him like a cool character. I don't even know.
The American flag. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say freedom. Patriotism.
Wow, okay. You are both incorrect. It is because the Sega logo is blue. They wanted to match the Sega logo.
Off.
Hey, wow. Simple
There you go. that was it. That's purely the reason. They needed a Sega mascot.
This shit.
So yeah, let's move on with the discussion. And sorry, just bring out my little sheet thing. Where are we? Oh no, God. Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. I think it's fair to say, even as Sonic fans, we're all aware that Sonic has gone through some sort of tough times, especially in recent years. There's been a lot of releases which haven't been received favorably by, critics and gamers alike. But so what do you both think of the current state of Sonic? And is there anything you think they could do to improve it, maybe? So I'll start with Martin this time. Martin, have you got any thoughts on this?
I feel like it's been kind of pretty well documented about you can pinpoint when his popularity and the quality of games kind of dropped, with occasional blinks of good games. I think like a lot of people say around 2005 to like 2010, it was a period where it wasn't that great. And then Sonic Generations came out, and there was a series of other Sonic games that came out subsequently that were much well received. I feel like after Sonic Mania and that kind of game, and then Sega's refocusing towards releasing older IPs and all that kind of stuff, it was kind of shifting the view of Sonic and kind of the brand as a whole. In terms of his popularity and all that kind of stuff, I think he's actually in quite a good position. I don't know. I was not aware of Sonic in like 1993, so I don't know if if it reaches that level of popularity. But I mean, in terms of, a brand awareness and, merchandising, I mean, you can see him on T-shirts pretty regularly at Targets and stores like that. He's got movies that are currently coming out, mobile games. I mean, video game, regular games. I feel like he's in a good position right now, and I am hopeful for the next game. I feel like there's this other side of me that I feel like is like you release Sonic Mania and then kind of Sonic Forces came out, and it's not necessarily the best Sonic game, and I don't know if it's necessarily a bad game either, but it was not a good follow-up to Sonic Mania. But I think overall, where he stands, I think he's in a pretty good spot.
Okay, fair enough. And Scotty, what about you? What do you think of Sonic currently, and are there improvements that could be made?
I don't think Sonic will ever be as powerful as he was in the mid 90s or early 90s, but he is one of the most well-known video game characters for sure. He's part of the culture now and everything, and has been. But with the resurgence of 90s nostalgia in all aspects of life right now, it's helping him more than anything. Yeah, it was a bad move to have Forces released the same year as Mania, because one of those was so much stronger. Even though graphically Forces looked great, it was not what people were ready after Mania or during the Mania craze or whatever. But I think, it's been discussed that they don't need to throw a new character in with every single game, which I agree. He's got enough friends that they can do different stuff with. Does anybody even remember Styx the Badger right now? Or whatever she was?
God.
She was in Boom. And there was another character, some other thing before Styx that was just in one of the advanced games, I think, and then never again. I think they could take crazy chances, though, in terms of gameplay, because people are still going to buy the Sonic games no matter what. And it was very strange that they did not continue the generation formula, because I felt like maybe it didn't sell well, but that was such a strong entry.
I thought that one did quite well, but maybe I could be wrong. I don't know the actual sales figures.
I don't know. I don't have any numbers in front of me or anything. I don't either. But we kind of talked about what we would like to come back in earlier, answering the listener questions and stuff, or talking about those, what we want in the games. Maybe not less plot, because the plot's okay, but also goofy. But I don't even know. I think they could take more risks, but don't get so gimmicky at the same time, if that's even a possibility. Like Sonic Shuffle, they could have made that into something that could have become the Mario Party nonsense. But oh boy, that might have been a victim of circumstance with the Dreamcast too, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I don't know. Just don't get as gimmicky. Don't add more characters. Keep it plain and simple. Like how Miyamoto's always said for Mario, like he's never really cared that much about the plot. He just wanted to make fun games.
Yeah. I think you got a good point there. I think for me, I do see that. I feel like Sonic hasn't been as good as it has been since even the Dreamcast days. Like I love Sonic Adventure. That's actually one of my favorite Sonic games, and I feel like they haven't really been able to recreate that so well, especially since he turned 3D. And I think Sonic Mania showed that the 2D Sonic games can still be made really well if they're made like this old style. And I did sort of mention some features that I missed from the game franchise. One of the things that I would say that, and I don't know how they'd be able to correct this entirely in the 3D games, the thing that I think that has kind of ruined it for me is the auto lock attack that is used, which did begin in Sonic Adventure. So basically, Sonic now, all you have to do to get through levels is basically keep tapping a button, keep tapping attack. Sonic will just lock onto boxes and enemies and just which kind of looks cool in the cartoons and movies or whatever, and in cutscenes. But
right.
The game mechanics, one of the things that made Sonic so much fun and so unique for the original games was the pinball style mechanics. So where you could, if you timed it correctly, you bounced off an enemy, you could then bounce off more. But you weren't tapping buttons to do that. You were just using pure skill basically to do it. And I feel that's what's happened now is we now have Sonic going very fast, almost like just tapping to go through like enemies to like attack them, or literally running through enemies sometimes. If he, like in a lot of the modern games, he goes so fast he can literally just charge straight through the enemies. So it's like, what's even the point anymore? And I feel like, and I've said this in an article that we wrote in Megavisions, like back in the digital edition days, I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog feels more like the old Crash Bandicoot games where you just run forward in a straight line, basically, which some people enjoy. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing for everyone, but it just doesn't feel quite like Sonic used to. And there's way too many grinding on rails as well. Just like Sonic Forces was ridiculous for grinding on rails. Like there's like entire levels which is basically rails and then running along a bit. Rails. It's like, God, you're not really doing anything.
Gotta get those soap shoes.
Yeah. Because when they did the rails in Sonic Adventure 2, it was like 1 or 2 levels actually had it in, and it's kind of a cool feature. It's like, cool, you can grind on rails. And suddenly the Sega's like, let's just put that in every single game and have like entire levels where you just grind.
Because it's variety.
Yeah. Like we're looking at colors right now. There's a lot of grinding going on even in colors, where the Forces was even more. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's kind of. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, well, it sounded like you were wrapping up, but I would say, if you think about it, the homing attack actually started in Sonic 3D Blast, because the blast attack was like the golden shield thing.
Yeah, you got
that
the shield.
That was a homing attack.
Yeah. And in a way, I wouldn't mind that if the modern games had that shield that you could pick up and then use a homing attack. Right. But the fact that that's his ability now is kind of ridiculous.
Actually, yeah, I was going to say I did enjoy the Elemental 3, but I guess the Wisp basically replaced that in some way, shape, or form. So
yeah, kind of. I guess they have. And I don't hate the Wisps either.
Just in terms of power-ups.
I quite enjoy the Wisp power-ups. I don't think they need to be in every game or anything, but Sonic Colors is very enjoyable. But yeah, I'd love to see more of those the bubbles come back. So they just don't seem to really exist anymore. Yeah. But yeah, I do enjoy the game still to an extent. Not as much as I used to, I guess. But we'll see what happens.
Dr. Skodnick had a comment related to that, though. He said one of the big problems Sonic Team does is that they, funnily enough, listen to the fans too much, and then when they do it, the fans have changed their minds. So, yeah, they do have to find a happy medium somehow in there.
Fans are fickle.
Fans are fickle.
Yeah. And he also mentioned it looks like in Sonic that they've changed up the homing attack a little bit. It's spamming the button. I'm not really sure how. Sonic Colors is unfortunately a blind spot for me. I do own.
Okay, so yeah,
which is how I got this scalp that I'm wearing. It was a bonus with Sonic Colors.
Okay, so I didn't know about this either. So Dr. Scott is saying it's Sonic Colors Ultimate. They've changed it, so it's not more. It's more than just spamming the button. Okay, I'd be interested to see that then. That's if there's a bit more skill involved, that'll make the game even more fun. Because Sonic Colors was one of the strongest recent releases, even though it's like 12 years old now or something ridiculous.
Something.
Yeah. Wow, God, that's basically that's a retro game already. Jeez. Yeah, but with that in mind, and this is any other thing to say on this at all before we move on slightly? Nope. Nothing there. Cool. So that obviously means that we're going to another trivia question. Da, da, da. So here we go. This one should be an easy one, I think, for you guys.
It'd be like, who's Sonic's best friend or something like that?
Nick, close enough. Name Sonic the Hedgehog's original girlfriend.
Madonna.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there we go. I think Scotty
fucking know.
Madong.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes, it was Madonna. And I have a picture I could share, actually. Here we go.
There she is.
The singer, or was it just supposed to be inspired by Madonna?
Her size -2 waist.
Yeah, I don't believe it might be slightly inspired by Madonna, but a different hair color. But yeah, she was a blonde human female who they originally planned to have at least mentioned in their very first Sonic the Hedgehog game. That this was planned originally when they originally designed Sonic, and apparently Sega of America declined it and sort of said, this is not a good idea, having an anthropomorphized hedgehog going out with a human female. They thought this doesn't work. and they sort of cut that idea out. And yeah, but then, Sonic 2006 happened.
I was going to say, Sega of Japan said, screw you, we're going to do it anyway, eventually coming back.
Nice. Yep, that's right.
Bestiality.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
This is what we're learning.
And he's like one foot tall in that picture, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Roger Rabbit and Jessica Rabbit or something.
Yeah. Oh, dear. So yeah, that's another little bit of trivia there if you didn't know about that. Yeah, Sonic was originally planned to have a human female girlfriend called Madonna. And so, okay, we're going to move on to just like, I guess, fun kind of topics here, in starting off with our worst Sonic the Hedgehog games. So we can have a couple or three of these if we want, just the ones we just don't like at all. And I'm going to start off with Scotty on this one, actually. So Scotty.
Woo woo.
Ooh. Oh, actually, sorry, Scotty, before you do that, Dr. Scottnick's actually answered the question we asked him. Apologies. So Dr. Scottnick says that a little circle closes on the enemy, and when he gets to the right spot, you can do a homing attack for Color's ultimate. Okay. So yeah, a little bit different then. So it's not just tapping the button.
Yeah.
That could be more enjoyable. That could work maybe a bit better. Brilliant. Okay, sorry, Scotty, your worst Sonic games.
That's okay. Good thing to mention there. That's okay. Yeah, worst one that I played, or one of the worst ones I played, is Sonic and the Secret Rings for the Wii, where you held the Wiimote sideways, and it was like an on-rails game, and you could not back up, or you would like hold it backwards to back up or something. That was the first time that I legitimately throw the Wiimote for a game, because I was so excited for a 3D game, especially on the Wii, since that was the new PS3, whatever, day one, Sonic and the Secret Rings. And I should have known what was coming just when I heard the theme song. 7 crap. It was so bad. Just fucking the worst. Holding the Wiimote, like, here's my mouse wrist thing, pointing it sideways, and like you would jump by doing that, by like moving the Wiimote up in your hands. That's how you would.
Forgot about that.
And then I think you had to do a homing attack by smashing it down. So like literally be playing it like you're on a fucking train car seesaw bullcrap or something. It was bad. So bad.
Yeah.
Did you guys play that one?
Oh yeah, I think I was so excited.
I didn't have a Wii, so I missed the whole era of Sonic games on the Wii. Fortunately or unfortunately,
I was so excited to play this because I saw like interviews and like all the previews and stuff in magazines. Because I got the Wii basically on day one, and I thought it looked gorgeous for a Wii game. I think it still actually looks, for a Wii game, I think it still looks pretty decent. But yeah, and the way they sold it was like, yeah, you get to run really fast, and it's like, yeah, you get to use the Wii controls. I was like, this is awesome. This sounds like a great game. Like, yeah, and then I played it. And I was like, I remember finishing it, but yeah, it's.
So did I.
Ooh, yeah,
not worth it.
Here we go. Homing attack. There we go. Yeah, interesting idea, and I know a lot of game developers wanted to test out the Wii controls, but they should have left it with this one really, and not done the next game.
Yep. Nope.
Wow.
But I'll also mention Sonic 06. I've never, it might be a cop out to say that, but I've never finished that one. Don't know that I ever will.
Okay.
But I just remember going across the water and dropping like a damn lead brick.
Oh, okay.
And I remember dying and like that actually counted against your overall lives.
Yeah, and
I was like, that seems like bullshit. And how do I do this? Clearly in a game. And I think it's hilarious, and it's somewhere captured for posterity in a podcast recording before my Megavisions days, where what giant plot event happens in 6, erase it from happening, like revert it to wishing or using the chaos, which the times were better before, which I think is great, and just the cherry on top that literally even Sonic 06 wants to pretend that it did. So those are mine, though.
Fair enough. Marcin, what about you? What Sonic games do you despise and wish never happened?
I'm not a fan of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay, yeah.
I just thought introduction. Like, I mean, it was like around the time GTA was basically super popular, so they like gave this critter a gun. I don't know. I just felt like it was deviating from what kind of the brand and franchise was. It just felt off to me. Yeah, I don't like that one. I thought Lost World was okay, but I thought it was still kind of pretty average, and it was in that time period of all the other games. I mean, then you talked about like the Secret Rings, and I remember reading reviews for like Unleashed, and like I missed that whole era of Sonic games, and I feel like maybe it was for the better. I don't know if I missed anything. Like, what was the Sonic and the Black Knight or Dark Knight? Like, what the hell was that one?
I'll talk about that in a moment.
What was the gimmick of that one? I don't even remember.
Well, they had a storybook series that they wanted to go with, and the Secret Rings was like with Alibaba or something. I forget. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's an Arabian
Nights sort of
and
thing.
And then and they had a third one planned that never came to fruition, just due to the response of the Black Knight, Dark Knight, whatever. I think it was because of Secret Rings that I didn't play extensively Unleashed or Colors, because it just left such a bad taste in my mouth that even though Nintendo had exclusive Sonic games, I didn't care about them as much because it was so bad. But I've heard talk of like Unleashed, if you don't like overworld, hub world stuff, and
you've completely cut out
for Sonic.
Sorry, you completely cut out for a few seconds.
The Wii version of Sonic Unleashed.
You like the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed? Sorry.
Yeah, it happened again.
Damn. Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why this past month it's just all that happens with my goddamn mic. The Sonic Unleashed version's quicker. There's no hub world.
Oh, okay.
The other versions.
Cool. I didn't know that. Done. I did not know that. Okay. Yeah. So I guess my worst Sonic games are Sonic and the Black Knight, which is so for Marcin and anyone else who hasn't played it, it works a little bit like Sonic and Secret Rings in that Sonic is always running forward, so you can't stop. You can slow him down. I think you can sort of kind of walk backwards, but you can't turn around or anything. You're always running in a straight line, basically, and you swing the Wiimote like a sword. Because he's got a sword, because you're in medieval times. So, yeah, Sonic has a sword. Fantastic. And it's the dumbest thing
Why is he in medieval times?
Because of reasons. It's they've kind of just got these, as sort of Scotty was saying, these storybook sort of Sonic games. So I don't think there's any, I can't even remember. They might say it at the beginning, but there's a reason why he's somehow transported into this storybook world. So he's kind of in medieval Camelot times, like Arthur and the legend of the Excalibur and stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And this game was just, oh my god, I freaking hate this game so much. I just remember I never even finished it. I got to one boss on it where it was just like, most of the bosses were ridiculous. Because Sonic's kind of always running forward, and on the bosses he will sort of stop a little bit, and you just basically keep swinging your Wiimote like a crazy person, and eventually you'll kill the bosses, because most of the bosses didn't even seem to hurt you. I remember there's one boss, which I don't know if there's a glitch in the game. Sonic kept kind of running into the boss, and because you can't really stop Sonic running, he kept running in and getting hurt, and I couldn't seem to attack him. And I was just sitting there going, oh man, I could not do it. But that said, and I sort of mentioned this earlier, Sonic and the Black Knight has my favourite song in it. So yeah, it's got an amazing song. Night of the Wind, which Crush 40 performed in the Sonic Symphony Orchestra thing. Really good. And Dr. Scottnick says, I didn't mind Sonic and the Black Knight too much. Was short and harmless, I felt. I don't know, man. It's stuck in my head. It's not harmless to me. Maybe I need to go back.
What are those items that you collect at the end? Like, why was there like pies and followers, like little waving mole silhouettes? I don't even know what the hell those were.
I kind of missed that, actually. Where was that?
It's like at the end of the level.
He got a rating of 8, which is not good. But
what the hell's acquired items there? Huh. And there was like a section where it was like you have 8 out of 24 followers or some shit like that.
Oh, I don't even know. I can't even remember. It's been quite a while since I played this game.
It's hollow blur.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Followers, 18 out of 150. Oh, I think you're trying to. In my head, I think in the story, you're trying to build up followers to overthrow the Black Knight or something, or the Dark Knight.
Medieval moles.
I can't really remember.
Fight a tree.
But yeah,
At the tree of might.
let's keep this going in the background a little bit, I guess. But essentially, another game that I just cannot stand is Sonic Rush Adventure on the Nintendo DS. So Sonic Rush, the first Sonic Rush game, I enjoyed, and I think a lot of people generally thought it was a decent game.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic Rush Adventure tried to make it fun, and they kind of had it in you're kind of like this pirate world where you got to use a ship to go around like this overworld and stuff like that. I remember thinking that was kind of a cool idea, but I just did not enjoy the levels at all. Like, I think at the first I was like, oh, this kind of feels okay, but there was something about it. And I remember being at Tokyo Game Show, stuck in a queue for a game to play. I can't even remember what it was, but it was like a 3-hour queue. Like, I had my DS with me, so I was like, oh, I'll pull this out and start playing on it. And I just remember being in this queue going, this game is less enjoyable to me than standing and not doing anything. That's how much I didn't enjoy the game. So like, nope. I finished the game though. I remember having to review it for Sega Nerds back in the day, but I just remember being like, fuck this. I'd rather have not been doing anything. Just so yeah. And then I guess my next least favorite one is Sonic Unleashed, and purely for the Werehog stages. Did not enjoy them at all.
Oh, yeah.
So
they're like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, and the fact that all the enemies you fought were identical. You just had to do the same moves on them to beat them all up. You couldn't get past the levels unless you beat everybody up, because they brought down these magical barriers so you couldn't continue in the level. I wouldn't have minded if like it was one of those games where you could keep going in the level. You know, if the enemies popped up, you could beat them up a bit, but you could continue. You know, like use this Werehog, because the platforming sections with the Werehog were kind of okay. I didn't mind those, but it was when they had to fight, which was ironically one of the most boring bits of the game. But yeah, that's those are my 3 worst games. I don't actually have footage of Sonic Unleashed here for some reason. I didn't have that in my little playlist. I'm going to go back
That's all right.
I'm going to go back to the Symphony because that was beautiful. Let's keep that going in the background. Annoyingly, Marcin's not here, so he's just ducked out for some reason. So I can't ask your next trivia question. Unless I just want to.
I think he went to the restroom.
There we go. He's back. Brilliant.
I'm back. Good timing.
So we are going to ask the next trivia question for you guys, for you folks. Just a couple left after this. So, okay. Let's see if we can get this one. What animal was strongly considered and designed for Sega's new mascot before they landed on a hedgehog?
Bunny rabbit.
Dong. Yep,
Ooh.
Bunny rabbit.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to give that one to Martin. Ding, 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 ding. It was a rabbit, and Dr. Scott got it as well. There we go. Yes, it was a rabbit, and I can bring that up on my screen share. There we go. There we go. So yeah, you can see one of the characters, Naota Oshima, drew was actually a rabbit. And the idea behind it was, though, that one of the reasons why they decided not to go with the rabbit was the concept was the rabbit would use its ears to sort of grab and attack enemies, maybe putting objects towards him as well. But at the time, the technology didn't really exist. Like they thought the Mega Drive wouldn't be able to handle it. And apparently, this is something I've read third hand. I'm not entirely sure if this is entirely true. But apparently, that's where the idea for Ristar originated from. So eventually, they had Ristar using his arms and stuff to do it. But at the time, the idea of the rabbit's ears and stuff working didn't really work in the game. So they went with Sonic. They used Yuji Naka's engine for the pinball-style gameplay, and the rest is history, really. So yeah, Brilliant stuff. Love it. And so yeah, let's move on with our main chat, which is, okay, moving on to our most underrated Sonic the Hedgehog games. Underrated. So you think people give him 200? I'm not saying these are the best Sonic games by any means. Just you think they're better than people say they are. So let's go with. I've forgotten whoever was last time. Let's go with Martin first last time.
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember what the reviews were like back then, but I did enjoy the Sonic Advance games.
Okay.
At least the first two. Those are the two that I played, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. So I would say Sonic Advance 1 and 2.
Okay, cool. Any other ones out there that you think of, or just those ones?
I mean, I feel like everyone else, like my views of the other games are basically around the ones that I played are basically around everyone else's thoughts on them.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah,
Okay.
I felt like it's like the one that people don't talk about too much.
Scotty, what about you then?
Yeah, I'll mention again Tales Adventure. On the Game Gear, because it was a slower pace, but it's all Tails. Sonic's not in it at all. That's maybe in the ending. I can't remember. I've never actually beaten it. I've seen people play a good bit of it though. But it's a lot of fun, and it shows that Tails is smart because you use all his inventions and his different his arsenal of things. And it has some Metroidvania stuff because you do have to go back and use items and weapons that you didn't have before. But it's cutesy and just in my opinion, the best example of Sega's experimentation on the Game Gear. That's on the Sonic Gems collection. I don't know if it's on any other collections. And then another one on Game Boy Advance, Sonic Battle, was one that I think it was definitely the biggest story-driven game since probably Adventure. And some of the characters that are in the IDW now they debuted in Sonic Battle. There's the baby. So there's Corey. But the story in that was interesting and not the best, but still kind of cool. And you got to see like where characters live in the town and like in Mobius or wherever they referred it to. But the gameplay itself, because I'm sure people don't know, is like an isometric. You could rotate the camera, but like an isometric Brothers essentially. And isometric was exploding on the Game Boy Advance, especially with Tony Hawk and Jet Set Radio. But that's what Sonic Battle was, and I think you could actually do a 4-player multiplayer in that somehow.
Oh well, yeah, I think I remember hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, I played a decent amount of it, but never finished it. I remember it being long. I'm kind of curious to look up. I might look up how long to play for that one, or how long to beat Sonic Battle. But that one is good, and my runner-up is the Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast, just because that has one of the better soundtracks out there.
Okay. I'm going to have a bit of action going on there. Oh, like in the background, Sonic 3D Blast going on. There we go. Yeah.
Nice.
I did.
Oh, wow. It says main story for Sonic Battle takes 11 hours to beat. Yowza.
That's one of the longest Sonic games, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's longer than Forces, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I do remember Sonic Battle. Yeah, I enjoyed that game, too. It just kind of completely...
It was cool.
Slipped my mind.
Yeah. Man. So for me, I've got some controversial views here, my friends. Controversial, as I always do.
Shocker.
What is new there? So, okay, the first one I'm going to say is, and this is the most controversial one I think, the game that I think a lot of people shit on a lot, and I can understand why it was shat on at the time, is Sonic 2006. So, at the time of release, it was a buggy mess. It wasn't a great game. I remember playing it at a kiosk in a game shop and thinking, this is not a fun game. And then I saw the reviews come out and I was like, wow. Dr. Scott says, don't you dare say 06. So yeah, and I was like, this game is not good. Didn't want to play it. And then years later...
See you later, Dr. Scott. Nikki's leaving now.
We lost the viewer because of your hot take.
Oh yeah. Years later, I saw an online video. Someone had, like when YouTube was still quite young, I guess, they montaged together all the cutscenes for Sonic 06, and I watched it like a mini movie. I was like, this storyline, even though it's a bit crazy, I enjoyed. And I was like, I'm going to try and play this game again. And since it was released, Sega did patch the game a little bit, and it made it more playable. And honestly, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's the best Sonic game. I'm not saying it's like up there with, Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. Nowhere near. But I had fun, and I think it's better than most of the modern 3D Sonic games. I don't enjoy a lot of them. This seemed to have more exploration in some of the levels. Some levels had more paths in them, which is the stuff I was saying was missing from before. I didn't mind the overworld stuff. I know you could die in the overworld, Scotty, which is a bit batshit crazy and a bit annoying. And I thought the game at the time looked gorgeous, and I still think it looks pretty damn solid, actually. So yeah, I think there was a lot going for it. It's not perfect by any means, but I think people should give it a try because so many people I know say it's the worst Sonic game and they haven't even played it before. So I'm like, give it a try. So yeah, controversial, I know. But hopefully my next ones won't be so controversial. And I say, have you guys got anything to say? You're going to shit on me right now?
I had myself muted. You're lucky. I said, hey, no other Sonic game can you control giant billiard balls.
Indeed.
It's one of the worst moments in gaming history.
Or is it? Or was it the best?
Yes.
Actually, very avant-garde.
Oh,
yeah.
dear. So, I like this bit here has got a lot of grinding and rails, which I've already said I hate in games. But I don't know if you can see it. There's actually lots of different routes and completely different paths you can take within the level by going on different rails. Whereas the modern ones, they don't really do that. So even the rail grinding bits in this game were better than the modern ones. Just saying.
See, this is what you should write up on the website for hits. You should just have a headline: Sonic 06 is awesome. Actually, here's why.
It's one of the
People
best.
will click on it like, "Who's this motherfucker?" Let me hate.
Yeah,
there we go. Maybe I'll do some sort of video.
Yeah, look at all these great areas that you can die completely out of your.
Oh dear.
Man,
okay.
If Brett were here, he would be right on your side, Graham, because he unironically loves that game, and I don't.
Me and him need to have a chat.
There you go.
Or him and
Jesus
I.
Christ.
Sonic 06 lovers sideshow.
Yeah. There we go. And then my next game, let's move it on. My next game, which is still is one of those games that a lot of people seem to shit on. There we go. It's playing right now in the background. Sonic Lost World. I didn't play this game until, was it this year? I think it was this year when I actually downloaded it on PC. And I don't hate it at all. I actually think it's actually a very enjoyable game. Again, I think one of the reasons I enjoy it is because the levels have completely different routes in them. There was one level that I kept struggling on at the start. I kept dying. And I was like, why? I was like, this is annoying. And because the way the levels are designed, they're kind of in these tubey kind of things. I just walked around the left to a completely different side and the level was completely different. And I went through it and I was like, this is way more fun. It's got the wisp powers, which I don't hate. I actually quite enjoy a lot of the wisp powers. I think the game's got a lot of moments in it where you have to sort of slow down, pause and stop and actually take your time, which is what you miss from the original Sonic games. There are lots, if people don't remember, Sonic was fast in the original games. There's a lot of moments in them where you had to take your time. You had to pause and hold and, stop. And yeah, I enjoy it. What can I say? And I know people say it's exactly like Mario Galaxy. I can see how it's influenced by Mario Galaxy, but I think they're different enough that they can be enjoyed separately. Yeah, and then then if that one was that controversial, guys? Was that okay? Or
a little bit. I think the Deadly Six are some of the laziest creations in Sonic history because they just look like Space Jam rejects, and they're all very one-dimensional. And I was super annoyed when they popped up in the IDW comics because I kind of just don't like their designs.
Yeah,
the DLC for Sonic Lost World where he's running around like wearing Zelda tunic or Link or a Zelda tunic. He's dressed up as Zelda. Link in his little green tunic is really cool, and it kind of showed me played that more world on it, and that was like, wow, I kind of want an open world Sonic game just like this, aimlessly running around.
Yeah, annoyingly, because I got it on PC, you don't have that downloadable content, but I had seen videos of it, and I thought this looks awesome. So yeah, I'd love to see more of that, really. And the last one I was going to mention is Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes.
I like Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, people really seem to, at the time, people seem to hate this game, and I bought it late in the day. I didn't get it when it first came out or anything. And even though the 3-team thing of having a team of characters running around isn't quite the best, it's fine. I really enjoyed the levels. I thought the levels were fun. The music was good. I enjoyed the story. So yeah, overall I thought it was actually a very entertaining game. Just no one seemed to like it at the time, sadly. But there we go.
I think it was the most Sonic Adventure sequel that we were ever going to get around that time.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah. In fact, this level's not one of the most interesting ones. There's some much better levels later on. Let's go to whatever this Bingo Highway. There you go. That's one.
I remember. Oh, good Lord. That was the one I always got stuck on. I remember by stuck on, I'll get to. I never played this. I mean, I never beat this game, but I played the crap out of it. But I could never get that last emerald with Team Rose, which is Big the Cat, Cream the Rabbit, and Amy Rose. Yeah. So I never faced off against Neo, Metal, whatever insane design they did for Metal Sonic for some reason in this.
Yeah, I've got a feeling I never fully finished it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really remember. I certainly can't remember the ending, so that makes me think I didn't finish the game. But yeah.
I was confused and butthurt that Team Chaotix did not have Knuckles in it. And forever the Chaotix backstory was changed for some reason.
Yeah, that is strange.
So, but that's me.
There we go. And with that moves us on to, you guessed it, the next trivia question. Oh, yeah. So, here we go. Okay, this is quite a long one for me to read out. But what misconception about hedgehogs led to one of Sonic's most infuriating characteristics, resulting in many in-game deaths and troublesome levels, especially in the early 2D Sonic games? I can see that Scotty is waving his hands. Okay, what is it, Scotty?
Yeah. Yuji Naka thought Hedgehog could not swim, so he made Sonic just fall and drown.
Ding, 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 ding. You are correct, sir. Yes, that is entirely true. So yeah, Sega believed that hedgehogs couldn't swim, so they made it so that Sonic was able to swim, but in fact, hedgehogs can actually swim relatively well. I should just emphasise, so I actually read up about this. If you own a pet hedgehog, please don't just chuck it in water, because while hedgehogs can swim, just like all humans, they don't need to swim to live, so their swimming ability is completely dependent on each individual hedgehog, and if ones haven't experienced water before, they wouldn't maybe not know how to naturally swim very well. They also really don't like cold water, so it's actually dangerous to them. It can cause them to freeze and die internally. Even if the water's not that too cold to a human, to a hedgehog it could be freezing and potentially fatal. And they only do it for pleasure, so whether they swim or not can be completely down to when they want to or not. Because there's been recordings of hedgehogs who can swim, who sometimes when you put them in water, they sort of flail about because they don't want to swim. They literally don't want to be in the water at that moment. But you take them out, they will naturally go towards the water to have a little paddle, have a little splash. So yeah, please don't chuck your hedgehog into a pond or force it to swim. And they're also very small creatures and can tire out very quickly and drown. So always be with them if they're swimming in deep water. And also, if you're lucky enough to own a hedgehog, please speak to your vet or wildlife expert for more information on hedgehog swimming. There you go. I don't want to tell people to start chucking hedgehogs in water. Just, yeah.
For audio listeners, we're now watching clips.
So you cut out a punch.
God damn it!
It seems to know when you're going to say something.
I fucking hate everything. Right. For audio listeners, we are now watching clips of hedgehogs drowning.
To clarify, we are not doing that right now, just to be clear. God damn it, Scotty. Right, yeah. Okay, let's move on to our favourite Sonic games. What are our favourite Sonic games then?
I have a couple.
Go for it,
so Sonic Adventure will always be near and dear to my heart, with flaws and all. I just loved it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, probably my favorite memories from the Sonic franchise with my brother, just kind of playing co-op. Sonic and Tails, Sonic Generations. I loved the recreations of older levels and the concept of modern and classic Sonic kind of teaming up together. I thought that was fun. And also that was, I think, the first game I played of Sonic after that whole 2005 to 2010 fiasco. Sonic All-Stars Transformed, because I thought it's a fantastic... It's a great racing game in general. It's a great love letter to Sega fans. And, I mean, it's got Sonic in the name, so that's why I put it there. And I'm going to stick to it. And my guilty pleasure is Sonic Shuffle. I do like Sonic Shuffle. So,
there we go.
There you go.
Awesome.
I've come around on Sonic Shuffle, but man, the nicest thing I can say about it, I said recently on stream, was they had a lot of good ideas and they threw them all in there because they knew the sequel.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
my
Scotty,
turn?
yeah. Sorry, Scotty, your turn.
Sonic 3 is my favorite. I'm holding it up here.
Ooh, yeah.
I posted this recently on my socials. The instruction manual that I have in the very back has me like writing down my top times or whatever, or my top scores
wow.
in the notes area for like 1-player log, and there's a 2-player log or something. Sonic 3 I like because it's bite-sized, and Corey and I played it through on Wednesday night on our Twitch. He controlled Tails, and it was hilarious just watching Tails die left and right and get like yanked off the screen for certain parts and stuff. And criminally underrated soundtrack is the 2-player competition mode. The music for those versus levels that like I doubt anybody plays. It's not that much. Like there's like an underground mining level sort of carnival thing, Azir Park or something, I remember. A lot of good music in that game. And then my other ones, I of course love Sonic R, unironically. We played that Thursday Night Throwdown.
Yeah.
Such a great, weird, goofy game that it's so short, and it's a shame that was like the only real 3D type deal that the Saturn got exclusively at the time until it got released on PC and GameCube. But runner up to that, Sonic Jam, because I really loved running around in that bonus Sonic world. And that was before you could just look up anything on the internet. Timeline history room or whatever it was in Sonic World. And watching those Japanese commercials and like stuff that we didn't see in the Americas of Sonic's history and past and just legacy and stuff. But going through that timeline and like learning about the float. They neglected to mention the part where it like killed a person or whatever, but that was fun. And the fact that they had like actual missions you could do in there was pretty neat. And then to kind of round it out, Sonic Adventure, I'll play forever despite the horrible camera angles. Love that soundtrack and just enjoy that hub world and the emblems and all that stuff. And I think that's tied to the release of the Dream 99.
Yeah,
that's probably why I like that game so much.
That's fair. Awesome. Actually, I was going to bring out some Sonic R gameplay in the background. Here we go. So for me, I actually struggled to distinguish between a few of them. So I think for me, still my favourites are Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive. Love these games. So much fun. So good. So entertaining. But my next up would be, and actually I just realised for Martin's sake, as we were talking about it earlier, I've actually got the Sonic compilation. Because I didn't realise I had this.
Like that box art.
I know, the American box art looks a lot better than this one. But
they look like parade floats.
Yeah, they look like knockoffs with like the text next to it too.
Yeah. It does look like it could be a Sonic fan made game basically or something. But I guess, well, that's what people wanted to do in Sega Europe there. But yeah, my next games that I absolutely love, and they're kind of what got me kicked off with Sonic, which is the 8-bit Game Gear game Sonic and Sonic 2. And this is actually my original copy of Sonic 2. Oh wait, this is Sonic 2, and to the point that the case is actually kind of damaged, but I've kept it in the same case still because it doesn't actually clip shut anymore. So there you go.
That's doing its job then.
Yep. And just because it's basically the same game pretty much, the Master System versions are there, so people can see those a little bit easier. Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, 8-bit versions. I think the 8-bit versions are very underrated. No one talks about them, and I just wish Sega would do what they did with the GameCube game and re-release some of these Game Gear titles, because they're a lot of fun and different kind of challenge as well to the Mega Drive ones. And then I think, which I've sort of mentioned earlier as well, Sonic Adventure. Love Sonic Adventure. Again, Scotty, I think, as you say, it's kind of tied with the Dreamcast launch and stuff, but I've gone back and played it since, and I still enjoy it. It has, it's got camera angle glitches and bugs and stuff, which are kind of the time, I guess. The fact you didn't have a second joystick.
Yeah.
But I still...
It was like... the thing that I realized this recently, the Raspberry Pi Dreamcast thing that lets you go online with the Dreamcast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Sonic Adventure is the example of the Dreamcast era. Like, because you have, aside from multiplayer stuff, really, because you could go online and get DLC, which is just a Christmas tree in the middle of the thing, or use your VMU with a minigame and play the Chow adventure and level up. Really doesn't affect the main game, but it was cool. Like, there's a Nights into Dreams Chow. Now this Chow looks like Sonic. Now it's drawing pictures of Sonic on the ground. And the whole voice acting and music that they had with it, and just, yeah, oh man, 1999, baby.
Oh yeah. Because I know in the different regions you got different DLC stuff actually. So in the UK you had this Reebok challenge thing where. So
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't know, because I don't know, do you get Reeboks in the USA? I'm not sure. I feel like it's more of a European.
Oh, yeah, we've got Reebok.
Oh, okay, cool, fine. It might actually be an American company, but I was just associated with being European for some reason. But yeah, I think you had to go around and pick up different trainers or something, like sneakers or something around the level. There's like a pickup thing around. Did
you find billboards or something in the game? Maybe
maybe that was it. There's definitely.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, do that, please, because I remember that being really cool, and I was just thinking, oh my god, this is amazing. It's like a whole DLC thing. Even though, if you don't know about this, for pretty much all the Dreamcast games, the DLC stuff was actually just locked content on your disc. You just downloaded a tiny file to unlock it. So,
you got to show this on stream, Graham. I found it.
Okay. Send me the link,
courtesy
baby.
of Sonic Stadium. Yeah, courtesy of Sonic Stadium. The Reebok DMX. Are you feeling it?
Okay.
Holy crap.
It's
Oh yeah, you did have to find actual shoes. Yeah, this is definitely a European thing, dude. I might try to find this since I have the Dream Pie. I might try this thing.
Oh, they?
I wonder if
have they actually got a video?
I wonder if I
this?
can still get that
before.
Okay, I'll bring up my screen share. So this is Sonic Stadium's article. Yeah, you
that
have
dumb billboard.
Oh, can I bring? Oh, it's not very big. Yeah, so yeah, you have to find these little kind of shoes basically. And they block off the level and stuff, so you don't go through the whole thing. But yeah, there's how many levels are? I don't know how many trainers there are, how many shoes there are to find. But yeah, there you go. That's a thing that happens. There was definitely another one which they did have billboards around the levels or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
But so cool. So yeah, stuff like that was just fun.
Yeah, it was. And even though it was Train Station Square, that was still, I mean, as kids, that blew our minds. But kids today are going to be like, whatever, I'm yelling at my friends and telling how easy their moms are online. This is nothing.
Oh, man. Yeah. So yeah, Sonic Adventure. If you haven't played it, you should. Cool.
Yeah.
And okay.
Oh, okay. There was a time attack for North America involving AT&T, the phone company.
Okay.
That's what we had. So
I feel like there's also a time attack in another one in those PAL only or UK only.
Maybe.
I'm still looking at stuff, but I interrupted you there. Sorry.
That's fair enough. I was going to say, so that actually, there's one other question I was going to ask you guys. What Sonic games haven't you ever played that you kind of do want to play now? Like you maybe avoided for whatever reason, but you what games have you avoided maybe for review purposes, but you kind of want to play?
Well, I mean, like I haven't played any of those Sonic Wii games, so I'm glad that Sonic Colors is getting a remaster. So I mean, that's coming out in September, so there's my chance. That's one that I saw. They were like, all right, well, this line of Sonic games was crappy, but this one is kind of a bit above the rest in that era. So I was like, okay, well, I'd like to give it a try, but never have. So,
wow, fair enough. Yeah, Sonic Colors is very enjoyable. Secret Rings and Black Knight, not so much, but yeah. So yeah, right now in the background, I've got Sonic Schoolhouse, which Scotty is holding his copy up to the.
I fucking own this piece.
Oh yeah.
So the reason I do own this, forever ago, I remember playing a demo of it. It was like a Hershey chocolate demo that had this game, Sonic and Knuckles and Garfield's Worst Nightmare or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
And this is a edutainment first person school thing, and you can my god, these characters are this is all my nightmare fuel, people.
Yeah, these how can you explain what these look like? They look terrible.
Yeah, the back of this says school's cool with Sonic, and it says like the first educational title to play like a game. Sonic Schoolhouse is fun learning. Kids will sharpen reading, spelling, and math skills in this 3D schoolhouse. The game's 4 different classrooms contain grade-based problems and a fun-filled race for knowledge. Sonic Schoolhouse offers kids a chance to practice their educational skills with their favorite character, Sonic the Hedgehog, and his nemesis, Dr. Robotnik. See you in school.
Yeah, I don't know. They look like taxidermized zoo animals with helium shoved up their ass, and they're just kind of like floating around like balloon animals. But it was weird.
Oh wait, so
but I did have this too.
Like, oh my god, look at this crap! It looks like that screensaver in Windows that you just walk down the brick hallways.
Yes, never-ending maze, but with Sonic in it.
Are you meant to do something? Because right now, just for the audio listeners, you're kind of in a first-person corridor room thing. Kind of look like a school classroom without any desks in it. But they've got like numbers jumping around, like numbers with eyeballs.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to pick it up, and you see how there's numbers on the chalkboard. I think you throw it at it. So 6, 7, 8, 9. See, bam, and then there's a freaking rabbit. I guess you pick your zoo animal before.
Ooh, and a little poster.
You have an avatar sort of that you pick because you interact with Sonic in the game. So you wouldn't be Sonic interacting with Sonic is probably where they got that.
Yeah, I guess you're one of the creatures going to school, and this guy picked a weird rabbit with a checkerboard t-shirt.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, they all look weird, and it's even more frightening when they get like and stuff because their eyeballs go crazy, and it's just like what?
Yeah. So I kind of see what's happening. Yeah. So they're walking around. There's math sort of questions written on the chalkboards. There's numbers dancing around, so you have to answer the questions by picking up a number, throwing it at the chalkboard, and that opens some doors. Because I just saw one of the doors open before, so that then you can then pick up these Sonic icons and symbols and school bus symbols and a key by the looks of it you have to pick up. So yeah, that's just open the door.
And there's also
like
a trash can of numbers where I think you can.
Wow.
Froze. I think I froze.
Yeah, you did.
I froze for a second. You you throw the numbers into that bin, essentially like a trash bin or something. Oh, there's Sonic spinning around like a goddamn psychopath. Good stuff.
What's going on?
Good stuff.
Wow, it's
like a weird art house film.
I was thinking about streaming this game. I'm gonna find a way to play this somehow.
I think
find it, make it entertaining because I don't know. It'd be like a nightmare.
This is maybe I don't know.
How long is this playthrough? Is this a speed run?
Yeah, speed run of.
This is 44 minutes long.
Addition and subtraction.
Wow.
Math problems.
And it was
still
uploaded
on How Long to Beat. I'm gonna see if they have one for this.
Okay, this is uploaded by a user called Nintendo Complete. So, yeah, okay.
Good job.
They completed all the Nintendo games and moved on to this.
Oh no, guys! Sonic Schoolhouse doesn't have an entry for How Long to Beat. I could be the one to upload it.
Do it, sir. Do it now.
Man.
Wow. Okay. Right. Let's. Do we have this going on in the background? Let's do it. Should we continue?
That's fine.
I think that's a good way of
conversation. Yeah.
Scotty, were there any Sonic games that you missed out on? Maybe because of reviews, scores were so bad, or you just you weren't interested. But maybe you're interested to play now.
I mean, I mentioned before we started the show after the Wii library, I pretty much was a blind spot after Secret Rings. I didn't really play much of Unleashed, and I didn't bother with Colors, unfortunately. So I am excited that they're upgrading that or whatever, bringing that back, so that it's not like I have to set up the Wii U because I don't even have a Wii anymore to play that game. And so I guess kind of that era, maybe I'll play the Black Knight. I'm not really sad I missed that one, but I guess Sonic Colors actually playing through because I've heard such good things about it.
Yeah, I hope it holds up still, because I think back in the day we'd had so many bad Sonic games. When Sonic Colors came out, it was like, oh, this is pretty fun. Because we had Sonic 06, which was a buggy mess when it launched, even though I like it now. I will admit it was terrible at launch. Then you had Sonic and Secret Rings, Sonic and Black Knight. So it was like, Sonic Colors came along, everyone was like, this is not going to be good. And we played it, and I was like, this is fun. I'm enjoying myself. So maybe it was a juxtaposition of something slightly fun versus some terrible stuff. I hope it's held up. I haven't played it since it launched, so yeah.
We were also like strong into the Sonic cycle, which was a thing that existed for us. Yeah. Not just us, because I'm sure this is something that's happened with other fan bases, but every time a Sonic game would get announced, and they'd be like, but we've got this cool gimmick, but still people would be like, yes, Sonic's back, it's going to be great. And then it was horrible, and the fans would let everybody, and then it would happen again with the next Sonic, be like, this is going to be this back to the roots. Sega told us it's back to the roots. And then we play it and it's bad. Yeah, so that happened a lot for us.
Yeah. So I think the game that I've missed out on completely were actually the Sonic Boom games. I didn't get a Wii U until the Switch. The day after the Switch launched, I picked up a Wii U.
Nice.
Partly just to play Zelda for cheaper, because I couldn't afford a Switch, and buying a Wii U, they dropped in price. Could get Zelda on the launch day as well, so great. But yeah, so I never actually bothered to pick up the Sonic Boom games because I had so many bad things about them, and I'm interested to play them just to see. You're knowing me, I'd probably end up enjoying them. Who knows? But I did watch some videos online and thought these look bad. Like, these just don't look fun at all. So yeah, there we go. So I guess that kind of starts to round up our Sonic chat. But I do have, there were a couple of other questions which I'm going to throw out there. They were going to be tiebreakers originally, but I'm going to just ask you the questions, I think. So just for fun, let's do that.
For it.
Let's do a bit of that. So fingers on the buzzers, please. Here we go.
Bring it.
Which Nintendo game features a reference to Sonic the Hedgehog by showing Sonic's famous trainers next to a bin?
Badong.
Okay, go for it, Scotty.
It's one of the Donkey Kong Country games.
Can you take it? Do you want to have a stab at a guess at it?
It's 3.
You are incorrect, sir.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
You're correct. Ding, 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 ding.
I honestly had no idea.
Yeah. So, in fact, do I have? Oh, I don't have the picture, or do I? No, I don't have the picture. I don't have the picture down. Sorry.
Isn't it when you get a game over or something?
So there is an area of Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest, that's the full name of the game, called Cranky's Video Game Hero Screen. And I've never finished that game. I played it briefly back in the day at my friend's house because he owned it. I believe it's when you finish the game, I think you have to unlock everything or something. There's a screen which shows, it basically shows 3 Nintendo... It's got Link.
It's got Lara Croft's guns or something.
It's got Earthworm Jim's gun on the floor.
Something else.
It shows 3 Nintendo characters on podiums of being different ones. One of them's Link. I think Mario might be on there or something. Maybe Donkey Kong's on there. I can't remember. Basically 3 Nintendo characters. And then on the floor, there's a trash can or a bin. And next to it is Earthworm Jim's ray gun thing and Sonic's sneakers or trainers or shoes, whatever you want to call them, and a big sign on the bin saying "No Hopers" to sort of imply that these franchises suck, kind of thing. So annoying I don't have that to hand. Oh wait, I do actually have the link here. I can bring it up. What a twist! So let's just share.
I was thinking of something else.
Oh really? Okay, so let's share my screen. Yeah. Here we go. So
you were thinking of Croc, Scotty. It was maybe. Sonic or Crash's shoes, Lara Croft's guns.
Do you want to zoom in on this one?
I think I was.
There we go. So we have Diddy Kong in number 1, Mario number 2, and Yoshi number 3. I've seen it with Link, though. I've seen a picture of Link. That's interesting. Maybe this changes. But yeah, if you can see at the bottom, you got Sonic shoes, the ray gun, and then No Hopers next to the trash can. So yeah, there you go. That's a thing.
The meanest Nintendo's ever been.
Yeah, that's their edgiest.
That is. And then 2 more questions. Let's see who gets these right. Yes. So, Scotty may know the answer to this one. So, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. In Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on the Game Gear and Master System, so the 8-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog 1, name 2 of the 3 main differences about the KS Emeralds compared to the Genesis or Mega Drive versions. So there are 3 key differences surrounding the Chaos Emeralds on the 8-bit versions of Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
They don't include the bonus levels, do they?
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Is that one of them then?
That is one
levels?
of them. Yes. They are so they are found within the levels and not the special stages. That is one of them.
Well, I know in the first Sonic game on Genesis, you cannot become Super Sonic even when you become. And I think there were 6 in the first Sonic game on Genesis. I remember there's not 7, so I don't know if it's 8 or 6.
Ooh. Actually, maybe I've got maybe I've got something wrong there. For some reason, I had it down differently. Oh no. Oh no.
But the.
Oh no, maybe it's only 2.
I'm just like remembering factoids now. In the first Sonic game, you have to collect 50 rings and jump through a giant ring. You have to have those 50 rings by the end of the level still and jump through that giant ring. You just find them in the Game Gear version.
Okay, I've actually just had to double check something. I had something written down incorrectly. So,
I
was reading some stuff and I actually completely forgot myself. So I double checked something online, and it was wrong when I checked it online. So I read online earlier that the Mega Drive versions all had 7 Chaos Emeralds, but the Game Gear ones only had 6. It's true the Game Gear ones had 6, but you're correct. Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive actually did have 6 as well. So that's actually incorrect. There is one other difference though. Actually, I'm just going to double check. now I'm just not even. No, okay, this is correct. This one. There's one other difference on the Game Gear version due to hardware limitations. I'll tell you that much. There's a difference between those Chaos Emeralds and the Mega Drive ones or Genesis ones.
Hardware limitations. I don't know. Did they look different?
Are they smaller?
Yeah, they looked different in a particular way.
Transparent on the. Oh, well, they were like squares on the Game Gear version, or like not diamond looking things or Jolly Rancher looking things. I don't know.
They were still kind of a similar shape. I'll tell you.
Oh,
color. So on the Mega Drive and Genesis versions, they all had different colors. Due to hardware limitations on the Game Gear, they were all a pale whitish blue color. Every single one that's identical.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a little fun factoid.
I don't think I've ever collected more than one in the Game Gear. Maybe that's why I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And they are so there's 2 differences. So apologies, that's my bad for not doing more research, even though I thought I did enough. So yeah, the 2 differences are the colours and the fact that they are found within the levels and not the special stages. So there we go. And one very final question, which this is going to be. Okay, I'll just ask the question. This was going to be the tiebreaker question. If you guys managed to get the same amount
Scotty's winning anyway, so
yeah, this doesn't really matter. This was going to be tiebreaker. But according to Wikipedia's list of games, and yes, I used Wikipedia because I was a lazy bum and couldn't be bothered to do all the research myself. According to Wikipedia's list of games, including spin-offs and compilations, how many games has Sonic the Hedgehog officially appeared in? And I'll just tell you one thing. This list on Wikipedia is not fully comprehensive because it's actually missing some games like Radmobile, and it also missed out any third-party game, like non-Sega games. But I'll give you an A, B, and C, so it's multiple choice.
Okay.
Does the Wikipedia list include 67 games, 91 games, or 103 games that Sonic the Hedgehog has appeared in officially?
I say definitely 103.
67.
Ooh, one of you is right. Ding, 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 ding. And it is Scotty. Scotty is correct. The Wikipedia list entry is 103 games that Sonic has appeared in, including spin-offs and compilation packs. But there are actually more games that he's appeared in that are listed there, because there's a few titles where Sonic is in the background that are official Sega releases and stuff, like Radmobile, and there's also the 4-in-1 game pack for the Game Gear where Sonic, on the tennis game, Sonic is like the umpire. There's a few other ones out there which aren't in the Wikipedia entries for some reason. But yeah, so that's how many games Sonic's been in. That blew my mind at the time, because I was thinking,
that's crazy.
Maybe 30 or 40 games, I don't know. Over 100 he's appeared in. It's bloody mental.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just so crazy. So there we go.
Found a list on the Sonic fandom wiki page.
Oh,
there's so many.
Oh yeah, actually, I looked at that Sonic fandom list, and that actually didn't have all the entries either. There's still quite a lot of mystery in there
Jesus
too.
Christ.
Yeah, so 'cause I went,
incomplete.
I went
With
through
your
that
help.
one. Oh, God, yeah, and that also included a load of games where it's completely unofficial. It's like a random game, like a Nintendo game, where they've got a little reference to Sonic. So I didn't want to include those ones so much because I wanted more official ones where Sonic's like a character. But there we go.
Right.
So that brings us to, I guess, the end of the feature discussion. Unless you guys had anything more to talk about for feature discussion.
For me.
Crap. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Before we get to the end of the show, Scotty, I don't know if you want to line up anyone we want to raid, but while you're doing that,
I'll double check.
I am going to talk about, we have a competition that's going to be happening. Well, it's happening right now. So for any listeners or anyone on Twitch right now, or any listeners or video watchers on YouTube after the fact, for Sonic's anniversary, we are going to give away this lovely official Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary bundle, which includes some funky 30th anniversary socks, some pin badge things, which I actually happen to have a pair myself already.
Nice.
They're pretty cool, actually. They're pretty cool. I've kept them in the packet. These were a gift from KC from Radio Sega. I mentioned them a few weeks ago. They have a baseball cap, a mug, and also this is part of the same prize.
Ooh.
The official official modern Sonic the Hedgehog Japanese style drinkware can. Yeah, it rolls off the tongue nicely. So if you don't know what this is,
Sure does.
it is basically a reusable drinks can.
Ooh.
So you put your drink in it, and it's actually got a straw, a metal straw built into it.
Sippy cup.
You can sip out of it, yeah. So you can
Yep.
put your Pepsi Cola or other soda pop in there.
Or your Jack and Coca-Cola.
Or Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
Stick in this can, walk around. So it's kind of more environmentally friendly, supposedly.
That is neat.
But it's kind of cool, yeah. You can take your drinks around, close it up, doesn't spill. So yeah, you could win those. You could win those.
Can I be in this contest?
Well, you might be the only person who enters.
I'm
to be honest.
kidding.
We'll find out. So
That picture, that top picture of that can still looks like it says "good ass drink" or something.
oh yeah, it does actually.
That's why I want it.
Good ass.
Yeah.
So it says good as
Just one
gold.
good
That's some
ass
good ass Sonic juice.
Yeah. So, but how do you win this? I hear you cry. Well.
Yes.
How indeed. So, to win this, you just have to answer the simple question, and we'll put this on the post of the show post for the podcast when we put it on the website and stuff, and on the YouTube comments as well. To win this, the question is: according to the official Sonic the Hedgehog 1 game manual for the Mega Drive and Genesis and Game Gear and Master System versions of the games, according to the manual, what gives Sonic his super speed? So according to the official Sonic the Hedgehog game manual, what gives Sonic his super speed? So that's that simple.
Those diuretic chili dogs.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Be the answer.
Are we supposed to answer now?
No, do not answer.
No.
No. This is for the audience.
Don't give them the answer.
This is for the audience.
all right, that's
it's
fine.
the competition. So audience, viewers, listeners, watchers, whatever you're doing, Harry listening to this podcast. What gives Sonic his super speed according to Sonic the Hedgehog 1's game manual? And I did triple check in all my versions of it. It's the same thing, same writing. So that's good.
Drugs.
Cool. And with that, I guess that kind of brings us to the end of the show. So, Scotty or Martin, are there any housekeeping things you want to shout out about? Martin, where can people find us? Where are we?
So you can find us everywhere on Twitter at Megavisions. We're on Patreon. We are currently in the process of redesigning and publishing our next issue. For those of you that don't know, we are giving it a sort of reboot. So we are starting issue 1 of our physical magazine, and you can find all information on Patreon. We also published it on our website, which you can find at megavisionsmag.com. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram, and obviously here on Twitch. If you have not followed us yet, please do on all those platforms. And that's it.
Perfect. Yeah. And Scotty, did you have any announcements or things to say?
Yeah, this is my last episode of the Megavision show.
Say what?
I am retiring from. Yep, news to everybody. No,
Hanging up the boot.
I've already discussed this with the staff. But and there's no bad blood or anything to clear that up real quick.
I think so.
I'm essentially,
Good song.
yeah, I'm essentially just tired of doing video game podcasts and change. And I'm still going to be doing stuff for Megavision, still managing, or what am I doing? What am I? The managing something or other director. And we'll be creating YouTube content. More of that will come soon. More information on that will come soon. But Corey, aka Tornado Jones, podcast, similar to the sideshow, but we haven't fully decided what we're going to yet. Not just video games, though. And that's very much in the early infant stages. So don't expect anything of that anytime soon. But this is my last episode. So, but what better way to leave than Sonic, or with Sonic or something like that. But I'll still be streaming. I'll still and creating content for Megavisions overall. Just no longer on the podcast. But I do thank my co-hosts for everything they've done, and everybody who's listened and tuned in and told me I'm wrong or agreed with me. Everything. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support.
You're very welcome, Scotty. And we are sad that you're leaving, but excited you're still around, obviously, for other things, for Megavisions, and hopefully you'll be able to come back on the show for a guest spot occasionally.
I'm sure I'll be back in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. As you said, no bad bloods on like between us or the staff. So Scotty is still going to be around in different aspects, but he's been doing podcasting for a long time, so I completely understand.
Over 10 years. I did some math. I've been podcasting specifically about Sega and video games for over.
Yeah, that's a decent chunk of your life. That's a third of Sonic the Hedgehog's life. You've been doing it.
Yep.
And I think it's again, this is like a mini announcement almost, but with Scotty sort of leaving, we are looking at changing up the show a little bit. So it looks like it will be myself and Chris Powell who are going to be sort of leading the charge, I guess, with Martin's help as well. Martin will be there. But we're looking at changing up some way of things that work, I guess, within the show. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it's going to be even better. It's going to be even more exciting and better and stuff. And then Scotty's going to have his awesome podcast, which I think would be a great break from lots of all the Sega and gaming stuff. Because exciting.
Doesn't even have a title yet, so we'll figure that all out and we'll keep people posted. We'll let people know ahead of time. We won't just throw it up randomly one day and.
I think that'd be fun. Just do it. No, we'll announce it.
Like a Beyonce album, just drop it.
Yeah, just do what you two did and just put it on people's iPods. Or whatever.
That's what they want
to listen to it.
That's the way we can get people to listen to the show, I think. Just stick it on everyone's Spotify playlist.
That'll get us press at least.
Brilliant.
But I did find someone for us to raid, though. Their name. Let me actually double check that they're still alive. Yeah, they're still alive. Monster. It's either Monsters Acura or Monster Sakura. But they are playing some Sonic 2 right now. They're making their way through. So we'll go ahead and raid them whenever Graham out to them and give them some love. They're celebrating Sonic as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So thanks everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for all those exciting things that are coming about and be excellent to each other. Catch you later.
Honey, I gotta tell you about this sandwich.